So we are not broadcasting live directly to Facebook right now. We're broadcasting live to YouTube, and YouTube will be broadcasting to Facebook.
Okay.
Which I've never done before. So we are not broadcasting live directly to Facebook right now. We're broadcasting live to YouTube, and YouTube will be broadcasting to Facebook.
Okay.
I love this. Oh, this world here. Which I've never done before. So we are not broadcasting live, this directly to Facebook right now. We're broadcasting live to YouTube, and YouTube will be broadcasting to Facebook.
Okay. You getting the feedback here, Charles?
I love this. Oh, this world here. A bit of feedback, which I've never done before. So we are not broadcasting live, this directly to Facebook right now. We're broadcasting live to YouTube, and YouTube will be broadcasting to Facebook.
Aiden, have you been able to help Lerone figure it out?
Okay, so it's up on YouTube, and the YouTube link is on our Facebook.
Is user Lerone? Who's user? So Charles, we're going to promote user. It looks like that's Lerone.
Which one is it?
User.
Oh,
yeah.
Last one on the list. Should be happening any second now.
Yep.
Perfect.
So Lerone, if you unmute your mic, you should be good now.
Yes, all right.
There we go.
It's all right with me.
Let me know when to begin.
Yeah, so if you guys do have cameras, this usually works a bit better if we have at least a visual for you guys. So I see Aiden, doesn't look like you have one. But Josh and Lerone, if you guys want to throw those on, Charles can get that set up.
Oh man.
I can try to get my phone on. I don't have one on my monitor.
If we get the other two, that should be fine. And then make sure I would recommend if you guys have headphones. There's one.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. That's crazy.
So as this goes along, we're just gonna play the game, guys. You guys will kind of provide your director's commentary as we go. I'll kind of jump in every once in a while with some questions for you guys. And yeah, we get to relive some history here.
All right.
Oh, we get the beats out, you know?
Charles, I think we're ready when you are.
Gosh, no using your duel.
Yes.
Let's play.
Okay.
What have the three of you guys been getting up to while you guys have been on quarantine? What have you been getting up to there, Josh?
Honestly, just trying to keep up with assignments. Just taking it day by day, I guess. All this is new to us, so I'm not really sure what to expect nowadays.
And Lerone, what have you been doing?
To be honest, just spending time with my family, you know. School's done for me, so
Aiden?
that's it. What's that?
Just taking the dog for lots of walks.
Jeez.
Throughout this, guys, try and keep an eye on the chat. So the chat's down in the bottom section. You should be able to pull it up. That's where anybody that's kind of watching along with us can ask you guys questions and kind of communicate back and forth through that way.
Okay, sounds good. Jeez. Question in the chat. Yo, Josh, question in the chat.
How did it feel the moment? Well, for me, how it felt when we, like, as soon as the whistle blew, it was kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't say like it was, I don't know. I was just really surprised that, like, the first year that I came to Durham and, you know, like, we were in nationals and all that, like, it went as good as it did. You know, I was just really surprised on that matter, really. And then we won, and then it was like, yo, like, we actually just won nationals. We beat VIU, Red Deer. We beat, who else did we play? I forget who we played the first. Yeah, and Douglas. All great teams. But no, this was a great game, and, you know, like, like, right at the end when they almost scored, like, oh man, this was a great game. It's too bad it went by so quick.
So,
How did they forget it was game day? Man, that's beyond me, bro. That is beyond me.
The great guys in the
It's a
chat.
great question. We gotta ask them.
How much prep did you guys actually get for this game? Just the way the tournament's set up and stuff like that.
who wants to take this one?
Probably you.
Well,
We didn't really get a
Huh?
lot.
No, we didn't get long. I think we got just as much as the other teams did because we didn't train right up until the first game. So while they were traveling, we weren't doing much. Right? We had that one exhibition against Seneca,
Mhm.
and then we're just resting.
Yeah, I believe we also tried to play another team just to try and get, you know, some ball movement in, but they didn't even want to.
Right.
Did you guys get to actually see anything of VIU like the day prior to this?
Yeah, when we were coming to one of the games, I believe they were playing Humber while we were warming up, and that game determined who we were gonna play if we were to beat. I think at the time it was Red Deer was our second game, I think. And so we were in the dome, and I forget who it was walked in, but they pretty much just announced that like after this game, if we win, then we're gonna be playing VIU.
Yeah, because at that point it had went to penalties, and then, or there, I think there was a penalty call or something like that, and then I think Humber missed, and then that allowed VIU to go through.
It might have been one of the games that went to penalties. I think we had like at least 3 throughout the tournament, which is crazy how competitive everybody was with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe Humber went to penalties every game though, except for the last one. They cooked their opponent.
I think they lost in that one too.
Welcome to the CCAA.
There was one guy on
Men's
Humber that
Soccer National
cooked their opponent in the last
Championship
game.
Here from Vassal's Field.
Yeah, Humber's
on
a
the campus
decent
of Durham
squad, you know.
College in
We're just
Oshawa,
better.
Ontario, featuring the host, Durham College Lords, wearing their home green and yellow trim, and the visitors, Vancouver Island, in the white with black.
I usually
shorts.
ask this
I'm
one. Do
Chris
you guys
McKee,
like
joined by
the
John
green or the
Townsend.
white kits better?
The goosebumps here.
I'm looking forward to this one, John.
Should be a great game we have here.
Personally, I like the white kit.
Yeah, the all
Quite a
white's
few people in the
clean.
crowd
Yeah.
as well on
All
this
white is very
cold day in
clean. Coach
Oshawa.
doesn't like it. Gets
It's
dirty.
chilly, the
Then he's gotta
temperature
do the
dipping
laundry.
as nightfall.
Yeah, nah, the white kit was always my favorite.
Teams taking their
I never mind the green. We had a good record in the
ceremonial
green. I think we only lost like
pick.
once.
Referee by far.
The real debate is the long sleeve versus the short sleeve.
Yeah.
Long sleeve for sure.
Long sleeve.
So
Long
not only
sleeve
do I
for
have an eye for
sure.
player talent, I got an eye for referee
Sure,
talent, I
but-
think.
You know, they
So
after they give us
Vancouver
these green kits, they gotta
feature guy
invest
you're gonna
in
see, number 10,
some tighter
Shun
jerseys. You
Takano,
know,
the
this
central
is
midfielder.
so
He's the Pac West
1990s. You know, we
player of
gotta.
the
Yeah, they were
This is so
breed.
before national champs.
National championship
Yeah,
squad
exactly. You
for
know, we
VIU.
gotta
The only
be
player
more
from the
creative
championship squad
and
as well.
style the
Still
guys
left,
up a
yeah,
little better.
and also a
That's it.
CCAA National
Can't have
Player of the
Josh
Year
walking around in a
candidate for
poncho.
Durham. You're looking at number 7, Joshua Lee up front. First team OCAA All-Star.
I'm taking notes for when we put it in
East Rookie of
the
Year, as
next
well as
order.
number 9,
That's it.
Young,
Yes, sir.
another first team All-Star.
Mediums and
Colin Riley, the
larges
left
all the way
back.
around.
Number 16, also a first team All-Star. Long ball up. First shot on goal. Easy.
So what was the
Kevon
general
Grant, also an
coaching
OCAA
point
All-Star in his own right.
from Dave
Talked
for all
about
of you
this in the
guys coming into this
previous
game against
game.
VIU? What
I
was he
don't
saying
think I've ever
VIU
seen a
does?
keeper, and I'm talking any level, be able to throw the
Pretty
ball
much
the way
like
Kevon can.
the
50, 60
mentality we
yards
wanted to
on
go
a
in with
dime.
was just to be positive about
He
things
has
and
absolutely perfect
to
arm.
live in the
But he
moment.
actually also impresses me
Because
with,
you know,
with
we're in
Colin
nationals now and we're in the final game, and this is what we
ability.
know
So the
worked for and
entire
stuff.
match,
So
he is talking to his defense,
he's really just
talking
trying to
to
just
the
get us
midfield,
to
even sometimes
rally
showing
in
the
and
lead up to the
to be
attack,
positive.
communicating with
for the
them, making sure they're all
Yeah,
on the
one
same
of
page
the
and
biggest
leading
things
them.
he was stressing and the whole coaching
So
staff was
Durham,
stressing was just to, you know,
obviously
have
both
fun and
teams
enjoy the
assured of a
moment,
medal.
like Josh
Long
said.
cross in, and keeper dealt with it, and he had Josh Lee all
Our
over him.
opponents, it was
That's Kevin
the
Picard.
the goal in
who
mind was to
huge
run
in the
Takano off the
semifinal
ball
game
as
in
much as
penalties.
possible
Couple big saves
because
against
he's
Humber.
obviously their biggest threat. So I think we did that
It's just
well
Durham
enough,
has not had a
obviously
medal
for the result
in
that
over
we got,
20
but
years. 1999,
it
the
was
last
hard
time.
keeping him
They've
off
had
the
2
ball.
bronze,
It's a quick
that's
little
it. Here's
fella.
Takano.
Yeah, he was really fast, man.
Ball in, but Riley dealt
Gotta
with.
give it to him.
And Vancouver Island has mentioned national champs just 2 seasons ago.
And Vancouver definitely has a track record of winning or at least placing very high. They've not only won a couple years ago when they had it on their home turf, but they've also come second and third numerous times over the past decade.
Another medal in the bag already.
Oh, come on, Ryan. Come on. That's all right. That's all right. Joshua Lee with the ball, yeah.
Good cover.
Ah,
Well, you know,
so
things
Josh Lee,
happen.
number 7. That's the real focal point. Josh said from Ajax.
Yo,
to the
honestly,
Cape
that one I
Park
thought
High School just down the
Spittle
road.
was like,
Plays
I
for
thought he was
Masters
running.
FC
Like I thought he was
in
gone.
League
So that's
One.
why.
That Nick was faster than the ball.
And by far,
Don't worry, bro. I was confused
in
at
my
that game too.
opinion, the best player on the pitch.
This is one of the fun parts of watching these back. You get to catch those moments.
Mm-hmm.
Men's rugby was pointing those out all the time and being like, "Yep, we missed that pass right there."
A lot of the Vancouver Island players sporting a dyed blue haircut.
Oh yeah,
They show team unity.
I remember that.
Players dye their hair in the same color.
Were they the
Too
team
much
that came
on
in the
that ball
banquet
from
all like
Riley.
dolled up and everything too?
Yeah, they all had the blue. All had the blue hair.
Yeah,
Man,
they
I
had
pulled
the-
up late. Those are the first guys I
So if you
seen.
are out there watching us
Oh man.
on the stream,
They had a
any
cocky ass
comments,
mentality,
you
yo.
wanna
I'm
let
glad
us
we
know
beat
where
them.
you're listening from.
Yeah, put it
or
simple.
any problems with video or audio, drop me a line on
Humber,
Twitter.
the
at
Humber was
Mr.
walking in there
McKee,
with their chest high still, like, you
MONCKEE.
know, they definitely thought they were gonna win the
Quickest
whole
way.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Like
funny
it.
thing.
So in between this game, I was having a little watch on the live stream. The women's national final game on right now in Edmonton, and they're playing in about 6 inches of snow and probably a lot colder than what we're experiencing here today.
Don't even want to believe.
What was it like for you guys when you saw our snow day?
Oh man,
would have to,
it was
be dealing
cold.
with.
Yeah.
Cold.
It was freezing.
And like the games before this were
That's
even the
one of those. Is the
worst
game over
ones
yet?
because it was like, you know, like
Did
actually
we
coming
win?
down
Okay,
heavy.
great, yeah.
It's coming
Mhm.
in a second.
I
I
think
was
you guys had a
surprised.
little bit of snow in every single one of your matches.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
advantage.
near the end it started snowing. Yeah,
Michael
I was
Hall
surprised how
foul.
fast they got the snow off the field. Actually, and all the people that helped out.
Like,
Oh yeah, 100%. Props
Like
to
Hall
everybody that helped set
from,
this up, you know, and
Kamara-
maintain the facility just
Kamakura.
because
He's
they
from
did.
Japan.
When we did get the snow, they did
just
clean
go
it
to
up.
Japan.
Yeah, I'll do it next time.
Shouts
One of
out to the fans that came out too, yo. This was some crazy weather, and we still had a decent fan group out there.
Yeah, they were going crazy.
Well, I the DC Ultras. Thank you very much.
It was decent.
One of the questions
pace
in
of
the
the game.
Q&A section there is, how did the weather
First
affect
5
you
minutes.
guys?
Wide open look, Arbor! Oh! Well, that would
Ah,
have been
The weather
splendid.
specifically affected
So it
me
would have been.
with like
I had
injuries,
no
like
idea who was supposed to be
the little
marking-
knocks that I
marking
can
him, but he was
usually
wide
take,
open there.
they hurt that
Good
much
position
more
in the
just because
box
it was
for-
cold.
for a
So
volley.
the
So
days
Taylor
we have
Arbor
to
on his
recover,
left foot
like you got to
hammers
make
in
sure
and
you're in the
just missed.
the
Well, that
medical
would have been
room, you're getting
lovely.
treatment, you're getting this and
So
that.
VIU showing
Those
signs of
little
life
knocks can expand into something like
in the
way
first few
bigger just because of
minutes.
the weather. So that was huge for me, was the injuries.
Yeah, for sure.
It's at 1999, Durham's last medal. And was chatting with Ken Babcock, the athletic director here for Durham. Says that was the last year Durham hosted that year. That was the last time both the men's and women's were in the same city at the same time.
That would have been a logistical nightmare for them.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Feel bad for whoever was organizing that one.
games here and then as well down at the Oshawa Civic down the road. And that hit
Aw.
Young in the chest. Ref didn't have the angle we
I don't
had
think
on
that
it,
was a handball. So,
but he's
I
got
don't.
the
I don't
handball.
think it was.
I don't know. I don't
Roan,
know,
a
man.
third-year player,
I'm not just
makes
saying
the
that because
top
it was
first
me.
team
I'm saying,
NCAA
like, I
All-Star.
don't know.
Blaze him.
Ooh, hard tackle in. Spittle down the right side was key in
Spittle
Durham's
kid to-
2-0 win
Oh,
yesterday.
Yo, this is what I'm trying to avoid all game.
Senchar, the
Takano
goal
just
scorer
doing his little
for
turns.
Vancouver Island yesterday, the 6'6" defender. key on set pieces, and he got in, got a flick of the head. Put it past Nick Fernati, the Humber keeper. And they ended up winning in penalties.
We have Anonymous asking you guys who your favorite coach was this season.
Stumbled.
I wouldn't say I had a favorite. I think I had a great relationship with all the coaches, Coach John, Coach Jens, Bruce, and Coach Dave. I feel like I had a pretty solid relationship with all of them. Couldn't say I had a favorite.
Who was that? Looks like Diego Carlazzoli flicked it out. He was trying to flick it to his keeper, but
that's
just got
pleading the fifth, but that's a good answer, buddy.
With Lerone Young.
Yeah, I might have to take that one too, Lerone. I don't want to get set up.
No, man. I'm definitely with Josh. I had a good relationship with all the coaches. We understood very well, and
that you typically do not see from freshmen.
just the spirit of college sports. You know, the players they play, and the coaches they let us play for the most part. You know, so it's kind of easier to create chemistry in that way when they're not always kind of direct you to do certain things.
Yeah, definitely the family mentality. You know, we all worked as a unit, and it was very nice.
From my money, if you make a free kick or a corner kick like that, I want someone else.
Do you guys remember when the first goal happens?
Someone else take it.
Redemption. I think around about the 20-minute mark. Something like that.
No, before that.
Falls on it.
No.
Yeah. First goal happens, I'm going to say around like 15.
Yeah, it was early on.
Yeah, no, you're off corners.
It was assert dominance from early on. That was the game.
Backup goalie listed on Vancouver Island. So we may see a Kyle Walker situation.
Someone kept you on side, Josh, by like
Arbor crosses in
this much, bro.
And cleared away.
I gotta see it again because like it happened so fast. Like even the play to build it up, it just like one thing led to another, and then next thing I knew, I was in on the goalkeeper the whole.
Nick had some X-ray vision giving that ball because I didn't even see that pass. I didn't even know it was an option.
I was surprised it even got through.
Here. Mike Davidson
I don't think anyone was expecting
it.
That was a great pass.
And Orlando Gonzalez Price. So cheering my VIU University from home. Let's go Mariners. And then cool message here. Mike Carney, Durham 1987 alum bronze medal winner. Watching from Mississauga, go Lords.
Reps up.
Lerone, was it the game previous to this, the semifinal? Was that the one where at the end of the game you just pretty much held the ball the entire time?
There you go.
And none of them could knock you off the ball?
That's great seeing the alumni watching.
Or was that the first one?
87, that was a great year of music.
I feel like it was the semi, wasn't it?
Came out by U2.
Honestly, man, I'm trying to remember right now. I don't know.
I know there was one with Eric.
Yeah, there's definitely one with Eric. I don't want to take credit away from Eric. So I don't even know if I held as long as he did because he was having a laugh.
Probably the most skilled player on the pitch. Gorgeous little flick ahead.
There's a question from Ryan. Who's your favorite right back?
And cleared away by Durham's defense.
I mean, that guy, Adam, was pretty cool.
Adam Rumble was very good.
It doesn't go to bounds.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Khalil, could have put Khalil in the right back position. He would have been all right.
Yeah, he would have been nice. He would have been nice.
This guy's a winner.
Ryan Cullen was okay.
High school
yeah, he did what he had to do, bro. He got us the wins that we needed.
He did what he had to do.
Right. So I'd probably say Ryan.
In 2019, here in Oshawa.
You know what? I'm with you. I'd say Ryan.
Senchar, the big man.
Yo, these guys on corners, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, these guys are that one.
Those guys that wants the ball.
No,
I've seen a lot of tall guys that don't want the ball in their head. Cole is
6 foot,
like
like 6 foot something. Center back, yo, he's huge.
Especially at this level where.
Seeing you guys jump up for headers together was sad, man.
You might have quite a few 60 tall players.
You get to jump your absolute highest.
And
this guy would just headbutt.
Long ball up for Lee, Tariq.
Yeah, it was a real challenge, honestly.
Was so sound
in the
semifinal win.
That's it.
Good up.
Flicks ahead.
Well,
Marcellus Paul, number 11 down the left. You'll be hearing his name a bit. Speedy left winger.
Josh, what defender from this tournament gave you the most trouble?
Good football.
I'd say
12 minutes. Some nice touches from both sides.
I'd say I would say this defender that I was on in this game, the center back, the really tall one. Pretty much every opportunity I had in the air, he had he had most of those ones considering he was super tall. Plus, just having that physical presence is another factor to deal with.
In like the opening 5 minutes.
It gets to you after a while, but I may do.
Yes, all right. I think you may do all right.
So the real heroes today are those people you see in the back of your screen, all bundled together, sitting on the bleachers.
Shout out to the
out here
fans.
supporting, I imagine, a lot of the family and friends of the Durham players.
Not just bleachers, the metal bleachers, the cold metal bleachers. They are the two heroes today.
Reminds me of the old exhibition stadium in Toronto where the Blue Jays used to play, and the Toronto Blizzard, by the way, in the NASL back in the day. I remember going to see them there in the early 80s and had the chance to play at the halftime on the field at Exhibition Stadium at a Blizzards game.
How quick or how slow did this first 10 minutes go for you guys? Did it fly by, or did it just seem like it was taking forever?
I remember that as a kid being so dumbfounded, especially.
I felt like the start all the way up to like half. I felt like it went kind of slow, but then then for me it started to pick up. Like just after half, like it was like whoa.
At the halftime, about 5 minutes.
The level of play just went up because we were getting so competitive between the two, and
hey, at least you can say I played at BMO Field.
It was fun. Like it was actually really fun just to be there. So many people watching.
Field, Toronto FC tomorrow in the final. I mean, they're going to be. What is it, Century Field?
I think time slowed down a little bit when they got their second goal. Because, honestly, I just wanted the game to be over, but they were just lobbing the ball into our half, so we're on the defense for a while, and I was getting tired, man. But when we were winning, the game was going by. We had that 2-goal lead.
It felt pretty nice. Yeah, that nice cushion.
This is another one of those on tour with the Wu-Tang Clan stories. So. Kevon Brown.
I like the way we played, though, because, even though we had that 2-goal cushion, we were still on him. Like, we were still playing hard ball. Our defense was solid,
the other keeper.
Creating opportunities, And
thankfully, Lee backed out of that challenge. I didn't want to see a defensive keeper getting bodied.
Then they might be forced into the Rio position.
Jordan, can other people see us?
Playing a position player there.
All the attendees can see you guys, yeah.
Better put down Orange Julius.
Fantastic pass.
Oh, Julius.
Side note, yeah, it is. Thought so. But again,
chat spam Orange Julius.
Takano is
part of the squad.
Got him listed at 5'6".
One of the questions is, did Nate deserve a yellow?
No.
Oh, he brought the pain.
No.
Pain brought the pain.
I was up on
definitely not yellow. Probably red.
During the warm-up.
Yeah, that was a red.
Yo, he came in flying.
Even though he is a short guy, he's very stout.
Played well.
Tough to push off the ball.
Aiden, you're well acquainted with a lot of the officials.
He doesn't miss leg day at the gym, from what I
from all of the games. What would you have said to him?
Any day for anything.
Like I don't know. I couldn't really say anything. I had Ryan. Ryan was like like my mentor that whole game, just telling me to shut up.
That's 2 in a row.
Say anything. So I couldn't really. This was I got into it with a couple of the players in this game, but like you know, nothing too crazy. The referee did a great job of keeping the game under control, and you know, he missed things on both sides and he called things on both sides, so it was fair all around, right? So
Arbor physical in the challenge.
Definitely. Here we
Oh,
go. Here we go.
Durham playing with a very disciplined attack. Everyone's holding their lanes. Spittle undresses inside to Josh Lee outside. And there's the finish.
Wow.
Joshua Lee opens the scoring for Durham College
Come on.
in the gold medal game of the national championship. What a finish.
What a finish indeed. Wide open in the box off of a fantastic pass. I want to say Young passed
Beautiful
the ball.
pass.
Excuse me, Spittle.
Spittle
passed the ball there.
Young passed the ball to
Fantastic
Spittle.
finish. Durham College now up 1-0.
Joshua Lee, you cannot give him that kind of space.
That was a finish.
He's such a special player.
Oh, Lee, bro. Yo, I just
ball touched his right foot.
like as soon as he played it, yo, like
now
I thought I was offside, and like
both
there was so many times like before in other games where like I would get those kind of like opportunities, like where am I offside or not, and
what
then
a
like
start.
you know like I would pull up, but that time I just said, you know what, I'm just going for it.
Joshua Lee
I ended up scoring.
has the breakthrough for the Durham
You had
Lords.
to shoot it quick though, because
Mhm.
that was a
Now,
tight
this should open
area.
the game up completely. Spittle back at it again.
This entire
and he
tournament,
pushes that one too
when you
much
guys
ahead.
scored goals, you had
Ball
a
rolls out of bounds. Goal kick.
really good job of finding the crowd. How was it running over there after you scored?
Oh, it was
Tell him,
something
Josh.
else. It was something else, you know. Watching everyone just jump up and like and excitement. It
More
was
messages here.
something to see, you know,
The Rideout
especially on the
family
big stage where the
in
lights
the
are at and
Nanaimo,
everything.
BC, cheering for VIU.
Family was
Go
there and
Mariners.
stuff. It was really fun, really entertaining.
And Ambrose Tierney
I had
cheering
to
on the Mariners
I had
from
to bring you over to the
Halifax.
crowd that first goal. Do you remember?
Yeah.
You didn't even want to go. I was like, hey, come on.
I didn't even know what to do because like you know like I scored and I was like
I knew.
yo,
I know you did. That's why I'm like, yo,
Upton's probably very happy.
I had
now.
no
Make it-
idea
make it
what to
real.
do.
make it real to the
The
fans.
fans also getting into it now. After the Lords scored that first goal, they seem a lot more energized.
Great to see. So we are coast to coast today. It's a good audience.
How was it playing on the turf here in that? I don't think any of the three of you played on the field before it got converted?
Attempt. Dangerous ball
Thankfully, no.
flipped.
Oh,
Ball buzzing around it again.
Oh,
It
there's another one.
settles. Looks like Ryan Cullen, the defender, pushing ahead, just fell right to his feet. Easy tap
That's
in.
all right, Ryan.
2-0 Durham
That's all
College.
right, yeah.
and the fans
you
are
go,
going
Ryan.
crazy right now in the seats.
Come
I'm not
on.
sure who's louder,
Come
Chris
on.
or the,
Come
or,
on.
the, or the fans.
Ryan Cullen, the fourth-year player from Pickering, just down the road, pushing up on the set piece, and the defender. I mean,
National
talk about a gift
finals,
right
guy
at his foot.
busting
You know,
it.
sometimes you don't know what to do with those.
But
Yeah. Easy tapping.
You know, that's why we practice the
Now,
plays.
2 goals to nil.
Mhm.
Not
Always
just
follow
10 minutes in.
You know, this is because of the coaching staff.
20-minute mark. Vancouver Island
Yeah.
stunned.
a lot of
Here in
repetition in
Oshawa.
those practices before the games.
Yeah, the corner.
Now,
Set
what a
pieces.
confidence and belief this is going to give Durham. Pushing ahead.
We were well
in
confident
your
before
Vancouver
that.
Island desperation.
Oh yeah,
setting
for
in
sure.
Well confident
Early.
before that.
You cannot concede.
Especially
a
because we did
third
so well in the
before
regular
half.
season. You know, like we only came out
At
with
the
the
same
one,
time,
the
though,
one
with Durham,
loss.
You can't take your foot off the gas.
Other than
You
that,
need to
Yoki
make sure you
did
cut
pretty
the
well.
head off the snake. Try to score another one, but just keep the pressure on.
Yo, for a
defensively.
bunch of guys that like
Paul.
a lot of us haven't played together before, and the
Mhm.
short amount of time that we had to prepare for this, like I think we built
Jerome
chemistry
Young
like
with a tackle right in front
pretty
of us
quick,
here
you
at
know,
the
like
media
well
center.
enough
So this is a
to be
brand
able to
new
compete
media
in this
center, sort of clubhouse.
100%. And I
at
think
There's
like
field.
a lot of you guys I haven't played with.
They just switched to
yeah,
the turf
100%.
last
And
year
I think
as well.
one
where
of
grass
the
forever. There's a
like Josh
handball.
said, I think the chemistry came from that one loss that we did take, you know,
Which I had been out
because that was sort of like a
a
turning
bunch to
point for us
watch
as a team.
Ontario Tech or UIOT at the time.
You know,
Both
as
their
soon as
men's
we
and
had
women's
that,
game.
like it was
My
just
son
sort
and I
of
like to make
up
the
from
journey.
there.
It's Saturday, Sunday afternoon.
And then
nothing
we
to do.
had shortly
watch the
after we
football for a
did
couple
have
hours.
that
Price
team
is right,
trip
they don't charge you anything,
to what is
so-
it, Sault Ste. Marie and Sudbury,
Always take advantage of that. Coming
and
up
that
here,
was just
checking out
great fun.
basketball, volleyball, soccer,
Definitely a lot of options on campus.
and the crowd not liking that challenge right in front of them over there. And the ref wants to settle things down. Who's he calling? It looks like Carlozzi. No, Griffin Douglas, 14, he's calling over. The two 14s, Jose Flores, having a bit of a clash. Flores scored the opening goal in the semifinal game on a set
about a
piece
guy
from
having a
30 yard
tournament.
out.
Jose
30
stepped
yards
up.
out. The ball just got away
Yeah.
from
Huge.
the
Those
keeper.
free kicks.
Slipped through his
Huge.
hands.
Oh man.
But Flores still, he'll take it.
It's too
20
slow.
years from now, the story is going to be he painted the top right corner.
Yeah.
You know.
I played with him growing up.
It's great to see Flores in the starting
And,
lineup for this game because he hasn't got much.
He's always
playing
been
time
that
this
midfielder
season.
that's
He's gone on more
skillful,
of a utility bench
knows the
role,
next move.
But maybe after he scored that goal and I had a couple
In
of
this
good performances
competition,
in the
I think
tournament, Coach got
he was
better
a good
grade from him.
facilitator. I would say.
Well, he
He didn't do the spectacular,
rewarded
but he
Dave
connected those
Ashfield with the
passes that,
goal
that
in
we
the
needed to
semi,
be
making him
connected.
look good.
For. And he was good on defense.
Tyreek has a good question for you guys. Who's the most
And
reckless
Ron
on the
Young.
team?
I'd probably say himself.
Either him or Matt Berry.
Yeah, Matt Berry.
You
Yo,
can't leave
nah,
out
it's Matt Berry still. That guy's crazy.
Matt Berry came on the
Or
field with
Khalil.
no fear.
Khalil, holy.
Yeah, or Khalil.
Number 12,
They had
Travis Brown,
some pretty
shoved the
reckless
ball around,
challenges.
so
I mean, Tyreek's definitely the most consistent
Oh,
reckless
100%.
player
Yeah.
that I've ever seen in my life.
Brown right in front of us.
But it's all clean for the most
Leaves
part.
it
Yeah.
for Colazzoli.
Yeah, for sure.
Matt Berry and Khalil, nothing clean about that one. So.
Yeah.
Of course, medal presentations taking place
I'm pretty
after
sure
the
we
game.
get a prime example of
We're going to stick around.
Tyrese in display.
Great guy, you know.
Oh, old lot.
Did Ryan learn from his brother? I mean, Ryan learned how to win a national championship. I mean, yeah, I guess.
The momentum's even though
Well, if you learn how to win a national championship, he didn't learn it from his brother.
Yeah,
all right,
you
we
know,
can get him back, and then Durham starts to play a little
Makes
Play that
tighter
much.
because nothing worse than blowing a
Oh,
two-goal
this is a
lead.
terrible pass. Absolutely.
Sanchar away.
Dang.
Did Nate deserve a yellow card? I don't know. I think we'll come back to that one when we get there.
Right. If your dog can afford to give up a goal,
Definitely.
if you have a 2-goal lead right now,
That one
because
in the
going
piggy
to the
bank.
break with a 2-1 lead.
Is Khalil the
good that you
2-foot
lead,
king?
But you would back the momentum
Absolutely.
to then VIU. A
Who
team
else?
that has a
No.
pedigree of winning.
Another fantastic
tackle.
ball from Takano. Tariq Brown.
Did
and
Khalil deserve more playing time in
You can't
national?
say he didn't get a piece of them. Their laces are
I would've
literally
wanted to see
entangled.
him
Their
in
legs
national.
tied together. I can't say I've ever seen that.
I would have liked to see him more in the Red Deer game. For sure.
So Tariq can't say I didn't touch him, dude. You're tied together.
Would have
Both have a smile on their face.
would have exposed their back line.
You see that sometimes in the NFL when the two helmets get locked together and they can't separate. They got to take the helmets off. I've never seen that in football. This kind of football.
Yeah, no, with that Red Deer game, it kind of took a little while for us to start dominating.
The real kind of football.
You know, like the flow of the game.
25
Oh, for
minutes in.
sure.
Yeah.
The host Durham College.
But after you
with a
scored
2-0 lead
the second
over
goal,
Vancouver Island. I'm Chris McKee, joined
we're-
by
Yeah,
Kevin
no.
Townsend.
After the
Here
second
at
one, it was
CCAA Men's Soccer
pretty
National
smooth
Championship.
sailing for the
Yeah.
most part.
While we get a
I
break,
think so.
explained in some of the other broadcasts.
That wasn't the one where we were down at
play for
start,
the
was
new
it?
Canadian Pro.
No,
Basketball
that was the
League,
first
CCAL.
game.
Yeah, that was
Jose
a
scored
Professional volleyball,
first that
one
game right
volleyball.
before the half.
They've got-
Yeah.
They play in Toronto.
We're kind
and
of struggling
Calgary,
before
and
that,
also
back
Orange
and
Village.
forth. Josh had a couple
High school
opportunities
basketball
early.
team, but
Yeah, no, I had that one that hit off the
Still play
post.
soccer 40 years, my whole
Decent
life,
strike.
and excited
Trying,
to be a part
trying.
of this national championship
Yeah.
here
Trying.
at my alma mater, Durham College.
In the right
Currently
places.
the voice of the
All
Durham
rookie
College for both
Joshua
volleyball
Lee
and
speaking from
basketball,
experience here.
and as
That's
well
it.
soccer, I'd imagine.
That's the one.
As,
You know, you
Could've,
gotta learn from the best, right?
Dangerous
You
ball.
That's
gotta
it.
learn.
That's it.
Shielded, and it's going to be a corner.
Josh, do you go
For
by
VIU.
all rookie or do you go by
And
national
number
championship
2 here,
MVP?
Cole Sanchar.
You know, whatever
If you're
you
Durham, get two
whatever you
bodies
like.
on this guy.
Hyphenated.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, make it a two
I'd
part.
like to see
Yeah,
LeBron
right.
Young working him.
Don't say one without the other.
Don't settle for one, buddy.
6'2", 6'3".
Right, that's right.
You are all of those things and more, Josh Lee, and more.
I've been next to him.
Yeah,
I know.
you know.
So I'd probably put
We
him
have
at
our
6'6",
we have our
6'7",
3 award winners.
6'4".
hosting
Takano
tonight.
in.
How was it when you
Great
guys saw
ball.
those announcements
Grant
go out?
punched away, but it's still in play.
I don't know how the
Awards, sorry?
in him on our goalkeeper.
We had our 3 award winners
Another
from this
corner.
year. So
Let's
Josh
go
being
look
our
on the
Rookie of the
outside
Year,
from
Lerone
Takano.
MVP,
Oh, right.
Student
Got
Leadership
by his
Award.
man.
How was it when you guys saw
Definitely
those
someone
announcements
you
get put
need to
out?
stay in front of.
And what is it? Josh and Aiden are up for the big awards
Well
too.
done by Grant to punch that away.
When I
Or no,
when
Josh
I
and
when I seen the announcement of the 3 of us, well, actually the 4 of us getting the
Another great ball in.
announcements,
Grant has to make a play
the
again.
MVP, the leadership award, the rookie of
Left-footed
the year, and then
cross.
the
Ooh.
indoor, the one that Marcellus
Cleared
got.
away.
When I seen it, I was happy.
Lerone Young back
I was happy
defended.
because I felt like I put in a lot of
Lee
work.
steals it
You know, like it was
and
like,
can't
yeah,
get
as
away
you
from
can see,
Takano.
it was a really rough game.
Fantastic steal there
Um,
from Lee.
you
Managing
know,
to take it off the
I
defender.
really put it
Almost
all out
looking for
there.
teammates
So
to
when
score.
I saw the announcements, I was really happy.
Joshua Lee,
And I appreciate it.
certain to be a
Definitely.
tournament all-star.
I think
if not,
everyone who
definitely
got their
MVP
awards deserved
candidate.
their awards.
May hear his name called at the end of the
So
game.
there isn't anyone that I would take out, to be honest.
Great switch out
I
to
wish
Paul
there were
Hogan.
more
Nice
awards
touch
because we
like
had a lot
that.
of key players this year, but definitely the awards that went out were deserving.
Yeah, for sure. Like me getting the leadership award, like I couldn't have gotten that award unless like my team, like, you know, listened to what I was either asking them or like, you know, or like I wouldn't have been unless they were able to give me that you know, community to be a leader in, I wouldn't be able to be one.
Right.
Another good ball in from Takano.
He is.
You know, one thing I like from Takano, it's, you know, the higher the level you play at, the passes go to spots as opposed to players, because that player knows he's supposed to be there, so that's where the ball goes. You can see Takano, nice ball through.
Aiden, how was
But
it
nobody
switching from
reading
midfield last
what
year
was actually the
to
right pass to him, because
defender
that was
this
the only
year?
lane he could get it in.
Some of the great
It was
passes,
all right
some of the
because one of
basketball
the
thing,
things,
but
like
even
we
apart from
discussed this
soccer,
with the coaching staff even
that
throughout the
little
year.
bit, pass to a particular location,
They just felt
you can
that
pass to a
when
player, you
I was playing midfield, I was
absolutely
coming too
great
deep to
goal.
receive the ball anyways. So to bring it forward, so why not just put me in the back and bring it forward
Josh Lee
myself?
had to go
And
for
that
about
allows
35
us
yards.
to have more numbers up because a midfielder isn't
Blocked.
coming out of the middle, right?
And I think like Bruce was one of the guys that first suggested that, putting me in the back to be able to advance the play more.
So when we're in the media booth, when someone walks
Yep.
in the door behind us, there's this massive gust of wind.
I was excited. I heard that
Everywhere. And
I might be joined in the midfield by Aiden for one of the
then we
games
turn
in
around and give them
nationals,
30
but
licks.
I think Coach Dave had something else
Lerone
in
Young
mind. But I
out
think it
on
was
the
good
flank
having
to
Aiden
Paul.
back there, even though that's
Riley's got to
one of the
overlap.
places I've seen him
He's
because
too
he's
slow
so
to
comfortable on the
recognize.
ball. That's
The
exactly
second
what
he
we need
had that,
to
Collins should have been full tilt down
assert
there.
ourselves and become dominant. Is like being calm in the back,
But
move
with a 2-goal
to
lead,
play up the field
Riley
instead of just
playing a little
up.
tentative. Obviously, he doesn't want to get
And
caught up field.
Tyreek, he's calm, he's collective, but
Calling an OCAA
we
All-Star
put Aiden
himself.
in that situation more often than not. You know,
Fifth-year
delivering
player
the
from
ball,
Whitby,
delivering
Ontario.
those key passes. So that was
So
huge.
this will be Collins' final college game today. And I know he doesn't want to go home with silver.
Aiden, how many times did you touch the ground this game?
A lot, bro.
Picard.
A lot. Get down and dirty, bro.
That's
I
it.
can see the same.
Down and
When
dirty.
nightfall sets in,
I mean, I was no
Picard
stranger to the
driving
turf.
by in the
You know what I mean?
background.
I was wanted to see
visual.
how many
Yeah,
times.
Takano got you twisting and turning.
Takano almost got me to wear my knee brace at half.
Nighttime, though, makes it a little difficult to see the players' numbers on the far side.
Great guy though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like going up 2-0 so early, like it does make the game feel way longer.
Mm-hmm.
Just past the half-hour mark.
But we were still playing with a
opening half.
purpose.
Yeah, for sure. We had
We were
especially
still trying to score goals.
yeah, like we
Oh, yeah.
wanted to keep going, you know,
Sanchara
like
for Arbor.
let's go. That was one thing with the defense of VIU. They were very,
Oh,
they're
great
very
ball by
quick.
Young to Paul down the left
When
side.
we would try and
You guys
feed the
notice
ball
as well in the
to our
box?
forwards, they're really on
Steady
us like
defense
right away as soon as you get
from
it.
Vancouver Islands.
So that was tough, but plus they were calm on the ball too for the most part. You know,
I'd say so. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
they were.
Because
They were
we're a decent pressing team,
Yeah.
mhm.
so they didn't have too much
Barber,
turnovers. They had enough.
unlucky, right idea, but
They
ball
held
rolls out
possession
for a goal kick.
well, for the most part.
Who was the fastest on the team this year?
Probably, I'd probably say Nick Spittle.
Kevon
That guy
Grant.
is lightning
His
speed.
second season
Yeah.
with the Durham
Yeah.
Lords.
Yeah.
I never knew he was that fast.
Yeah.
He-
Yeah.
Mostly
Unreasonably
all-star.
fast. Marcellus, holy, he's up there.
Yeah.
Marcellus is quick with the ball too,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, especially with the ball too.
Yeah, he's definitely like the fastest dribbler.
Flores settles.
Nick
Yeah, no,
Spittle, man.
we had some pace on either side of the wing.
Yeah, we had some,
Gotta say, I really like
Bro,
these,
Nate,
Durham Lords
Nate's
uniforms.
super quick.
The crest looks very
All
much
of us,
a
like
proper
it
football club
especially opened up a lot of space for our wing backs to get up in the
Absolutely.
play.
Okay, opposite of that, who's the
Some
slowest?
swag for helping out here.
Don't be afraid
I
to say it,
can't
boys.
see any, but I think
Probably Ryan
number of
Early.
jerseys would still get wet.
You're lucky.
I think I'm slower than Ryan
Swag
Early.
for helping out.
I'm going Dylan.
Okay,
Deborah.
field player.
Yeah,
Well, you're
Doesn't
on
really
the
count.
payroll, aren't you?
Well,
I'm still going
don't
Dylan.
send down any swag.
Well, there we go. Yeah.
I don't know. You can toss me in there, but I argue that I just don't run. I just don't sprint.
Yeah, I don't really sprint either, to be honest. But
it's more of like a one pace and go.
that's it. Slide around.
And
Don't make it obvious
awkwardly
that you're slow.
flicked, and it hit one of the Vancouver defenders.
That's
Rolls
it.
out of bounds. And Flores will try and swing one in here.
Yeah, Jose.
Being slow isn't the worst thing, you know?
This time we got
As long as you're physical, you can get away with it.
Sure.
So,
Ryan
cross
Cullen.
in.
The guy was getting eaten up on the wing, and which game was it where they had the super
Riley.
fast? I think it was
Oh,
Douglas. I think I'm not sure.
yeah.
Oh man, he held his own though for the most part. He did. Yeah, exactly.
I swear it was the
I
first
heard
game.
everyone
Oh,
shouting
yeah,
no bounds
Bruce
from
said
the
it was
defense, and
Douglas.
then they let it
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah,
what, when Ryan was getting cooked?
yeah, he was. He had.
Yeah, he was getting sauced up.
Tough, man.
And they
It's tough.
switched the winger.
It's
Switched the
tough.
winger on him.
I know, man. Sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you want it to, man. You know? There he is in the chat. We see him.
Lie. Alright.
And he's getting cooked like good food, huh? That's
How did
crazy.
VIU Mariners get turned into seafood after 90 minutes?
It's been fantastic defense.
You
from the
know,
Lords so
sometimes you just
far.
get
And
lost in
crucial
the
'cause they're only
sauce.
10 minutes left in
That's
the first
exactly what
half.
it is.
If Durham
And
Lords
I
go
think,
into break with
I
a
think
2-goal
speaking
lead,
in terms of little
Great
Uzi
pass.
Vert, you
Great
get too
cross.
much sauce. Is that funny? I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. You tell me.
Takano, a nice feed in.
It's funny.
No, sir.
And touched off one of the Vancouver players. He's calling it offside. Anyway, so
Last 10 minutes of the half here. What's
Is
going
what
through
it
your guys'
is.
head?
Make it to the half
Yeah.
without conceding any goals.
Yeah.
That's it. At this point,
Two
our game
goals up.
definitely has shifted a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because it's like the last
Gold
10
medal
minutes
game,
of
living up to
second
the
half.
hype
You know, we're just
so
maintaining.
far.
We're not doing anything
some great action.
too much because we want to be able to get
First
back on
35
defense if we need
minutes.
to. So
Yeah, we
VIU
definitely
down
don't want to
2-0,
like.
but
We're up
they're
2-0 right now, so
nowhere
we
near
don't
out of
want
this game.
to,
You know, they've had
especially
opportunities.
in the
They've
last,
showed
like you
signs
said,
of life.
10
Just a
minutes
little
before a half.
unlucky.
We
Obviously, a
don't
great
want
finish
to
from Joshua Lee,
give up a goal just because
showing
you know that will give a team life. Like if you look at the game
really his
previous
skill.
to
And
this
then
one
the
with
second goal,
us, you
just a
know,
little
that's
football
exactly what
bouncing
happened with
around,
us.
and the bounce went in favor of Durham.
definitely.
the
I gotta say, for the rest of this game, I'd probably have my eye on number 17, Billy Bagiopoulos, because in the past couple games I've seen of him, he's been such a difference maker for this VIU team, constantly creating havoc in front of goal, creating chances for his teammates, utilizing his pace, but he hasn't really done much this game so far.
Out of bounds on the far side. Spittle couldn't keep it in.
Billy as well, a Pac West Conference All-Star with 7 goals and 1 assist.
What do you guys think delivered the best corners this year?
Best corners.
No one. You gotta work on those for next year.
Who even took our corner? I don't know. I'd say Colin. I think I'm not sure if Colin used to take the corners a lot, but I know that guy he can place the ball on your toe, on your toe.
He can deliver, that's for sure.
I agree.
With his left foot.
I think funny enough, I think we had our most success on corners in the Sudbury or Sault Ste. Marie game. But that was when Kevin was on them.
For Spittle.
Oh, yeah.
You guys remember when he just hit it back post to Ryan Cullen every time? And he just knocked it back in?
Even I remember that. I was going through your guys' highlights for that weekend.
Yeah, that was a great weekend.
That was a lot of highlights.
Fun.
Oh, yeah.
That weekend was fun.
I think Tyreek had a blast in there too from like distance.
Yeah, Nick had 2 crazy goals.
Oh yeah,
2 crazy.
He had a banger. Nick had a banger, and then tried to relive it a couple games after that, but he had a laugh. Paul didn't agree with his foot too much when he kicked it. Great guy though.
Good up.
So my dad, mentioned my parents from Liverpool.
Oh,
Dad's a big Liverpool supporter. He told me like back in the day when he would go to Anfield and sit in the cop and Josh Lee's pulled down.
Yeah.
You know the worst part?
Ref plays it.
Referee didn't even say it. Yeah, I was going to say, where was it?
Yeah, you see that, yeah. That was heartless.
So
we just touched my column. Look at it. Oh no. No.
Well, way to make up for it for that tackle.
They pop it,
yeah,
and then you can't get
this.
Coat, and you wouldn't know who had it. Durham again on the
hit
attack.
It. Oh, so unfortunate.
Marcellus Paul.
You guys taking how fast Marcellus got from point A to point B?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also,
was
they used to
God.
have, the standing
like
only
like even
back in the day.
Right now, 5 minutes left. We're still super pressing them and controlling most of the game.
When you were standing in at Anfield,
just tell me how he didn't cramp all year and then cramped every game at nationals.
You just grabbed onto the person in front of you because it would be.
He wasn't used to the competitiveness and the physicality.
So you
just didn't jump in the ice baths.
You couldn't. Wow.
No bath with friends.
No bath with that guy.
Fell down. That's
ice bath.
You can't get back up. He also said
you guys
no
really went to the ice
People
bath?
just roll up newspapers because you can't.
Yeah, you're there too.
Yeah, you're
there too.
But yeah, I was always at the ice bath. You guys are right. How could I forget?
Is what you do.
Can't forget, bro.
Can't forget. Cool.
Tariq Brown, second-year player from Pickering. As good a center back as you'll see.
That's all right.
Unfortunate touch. Bump in the ground or something, right?
It's a little wobble.
Oh, that was me. I wasn't even paying attention. Sorry, laddies. Yeah, must have been a pebble or something that flew off the streets. That's not usually my touch there, I'll tell you that much. Come on. Decent turn, though.
Approaching the half, no substitutions yet.
Oh man, he was so nifty, Chicano.
Making sure a good portion
the thing that really pissed me off, to be honest, was that even when we were on his back, would turn, he would do like some outside of the foot pass, through ball like across the field 30 yards.
Yeah, and then he's just gone, and it's just like, like you were right on him.
And
Yeah,
well
like
away.
if you can do that when we have pressure on you, like you're gonna have to do more because this guy's unreal.
Great skill on Kavan to just steer that.
Was there anybody from the other two games against Douglas and Red Deer that kind of drew your attention as much as Takano?
A little bit careless with
not as much, to be honest.
But Grant given a lesson.
Oh well, like the thing is,
hasn't been tested.
with the other teams that we played in nationals, there weren't names that we knew ahead of time. It was kind of just like go in there, you feel it out, and you apply pressure when you. But going into this game, we all knew who Sean was. We saw him at the banquet getting awards. Like,
yeah,
he was going to be a good player. So it's all the more reason to watch him and make sure that we have lines of defense.
And a foul against Lee. Yeah, not much in that, but definitely a foul.
This guy's doing step overs in the semicircle for no reason, but he's getting away with it.
Yeah, turning left and right. Mm-hmm.
No sense.
So Nicole Mulvaney wants to send a message. U14 Oshawa Kicks boys team cheering on their coach, Marcellus Paul, and the Durham Lords today.
Marcellus Paul getting back to the community.
One of the local youth programs here. Arbor flicks ahead and cleared away Aiden Donaldson.
Oh, that was crucial right there. That was crucial.
Out of here.
Defense wins champions.
A little bit indoors.
I heard.
Men's League Indoor. They played down in Civic a couple years ago.
Nice.
I stopped playing Men's League Indoor. There's too many fights and stuff.
So you got your bayonets fixed.
Right? Let's say you and I are opponents. I foul you. Well, there may be 10 minutes
stopping
before we're near each other again,
today, boys.
the pitch is so big. Indoor, I'm gonna be within 30
oh man, I
seconds,
love those. I love those motivational.
And so it doesn't allow that.
Especially when you reference the rivers.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's a motivational speech and a geography lesson all in one. You know?
Got you thinking like, oh.
I've always loved indoors because you're constantly involved in the game. There's no, I'm going to be on the other side of the pitch for this play. Part of that is then you get no breaks and you're just absolutely dead by the end of the match. But I've always enjoyed playing on a shorter pitch.
I like it because you don't have to run as much. So.
Exactly.
Suits my game just dandy. Yeah.
So what was each of your highlights for this first half?
I don't think we're going to have more than a minute or so.
For me, I'd say the goal. Goal I scored.
Half.
It's pretty simple.
Well, Josh Lee.
Yeah. As you can hear.
Playing the role of agitator, standing.
As you can hear. That's it. That's it, eh?
Must be nice.
For me, I think it would. This half, I didn't do anything spectacular. I think it's just ball movement, spreading the field.
Even just controlling the midfield. Big presence. Like every time the ball goes up, you'll probably be first or either second to the ball. Usually first.
That's it.
Oh, and that's a hard foul. Tariq Bryan.
Yeah. I remember that one.
A card well deserved.
Well deserved.
That one looked like
medic. Yo, Gigi's
playing the ball there.
In the chat.
Gigi's in the chat.
Fourth-year player from Campbell River.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was definitely a medic.
For straight red. I don't know much about that. It was a rash challenge and a yellow, definitely.
Now, do you guys think Tariq was going for the ball there? What do you guys think?
I think
of course, pure intentions.
Intent on letting him know he was there.
You're the Durham Lords.
I don't think he was trying to be too malicious with it.
No, that's a bad man.
See, look, that's great captain. Look, great captain talking.
Would I give it a red? Probably not.
Simple instructions, That's it. Nothing too much. He's having a great game. Just something that I noticed.
Shout out to my good friend Tony Clark,
That's
volleyball coach. I believe they were down at George Brown today.
I think I was telling him to.
So they're on the bus right now,
to play the diagonal balls.
Cheering on their
one had the mans. He had the mans in his gloves.
And Tony.
I think he was trying to play balls over top to you, Josh, over that big guy.
So
And
Durham
the what's the
Yeah,
word?
the balls were just not getting over him.
That's
Had
what
to
I
go
was
to the
saying. Play him more over today.
nationally.
Yeah.
And you better have won today.
I know it was one tall wall playing against that guy, man.
Because they were giving us space
a less challenging
to run in
were.
behind, but the ball wasn't.
today, so thank you. Jordan just came in and gave me the
Even the number 20 that you see right by the ref, he was pretty quick, yo. Like, I'm not even gonna
He was
lie.
moving. He was
Yeah,
moving for
he
sure.
was fast, so it wasn't necessarily a walk in the park to get behind, because you know they had the one tall guy and then they got the speedy.
Hopefully he's okay.
And a men's team also,
partner
I
to
think
that.
they won today. They're on the bus. Well, shout out to my guy Lucas on the men's volleyball team, also part of the men's golf team. So I also work for Golf Talk Canada on TSN. I follow Lucas on his Instagram, cross in from Takano. And Grant just
Not
hits that
a
roll
good
out of
ball,
bounds.
Sean.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there it is at half.
And then that was
Durham
half,
Lords
and then
with a 2-0 lead.
You know, it was
They've
like
been the better side.
halfway there.
Courtesy of the opener by Joshua Lee. And then the follow, I believe it was Ryan Cullen, the
Hey.
defender,
Well
on the
done,
second
Joshua
one.
Lee. Hey,
Good first half, John.
got us to
Fantastic
the lead.
first half.
Yes, it's
Other than a
nice.
scary moment.
Charles on top of it with the fast word.
I'm also making supper right now, so like I'm multitasking.
For the three of you guys, did you guys at any point kind of notice the support in the crowd and where it was coming from? I know men's rugby had a big contingent out there for you. Obviously, the women's soccer team was kind of around all weekend. Men's volleyball made it out. Was there any teams and stuff that you noticed?
The rugby team for sure.
Oh yeah, those are our guys now still.
Yeah, our boys were pretty vocal to the other supporters as well, which is always good in terms of competitive fashion. You know, they really let all of Vancouver know who we are here in Oshawa. So
Yeah, no, they definitely kept like, you know, when we would start getting tired, you know, we'd start hearing the chants from the crowd and the calls and the taunts and everything, and that would kick it up a gear for us because, you know, it would just get the adrenaline pumping a bit more. And, you know, we sort of like, I feel we thrived off of that, especially, you know, in the, you know, Red Deer game and the Douglas one, especially. The crowd had a field day with them.
also, shout out to my dad with the drum too.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Medic.
For sure. All season.
Medic.
All season. That's the 12th man right there. For sure.
That was number one fan. Number one student fan, I think, might have been Xavier from men's.
Yeah.
rugby. I saw him.
100%.
Yeah.
We had to suit him up with one of our parkas because we only felt it was right. You know, it happened. We did it in the first game. Somehow we got away with it in the first game. So, you know, Coach Dave was so superstitious. He's like, all right, you're lucky we won because now you're getting it for the rest.
Yeah. No, congrats to Dave, though. This is huge. A lot of coaches have been before him, you know, and he gets the ultimate victory here at the national championship. So great. That's great.
Not many coaches at DC men's soccer before him.
What's that?
Prestigious club, a DC men's soccer coach. I think there's only 4 of them in our program's history.
Stan Bombino, Basso. Who else is there?
Tony LaFerrera.
Tony LaFerrera, right? He wasn't there for too long, though.
No, but he had success.
Yeah, he's a decent coach. I played under Tony.
Welcome back for the start of the second.
But yeah, I think Stan Bombino might have been coaching for years and years.
Here in Oshawa, Ontario, the host Durham College with a 2-0 lead at the
Michael Jordan,
courtesy of a right-footed strike.
Michael Jordan.
And then Ryan Cullen, the defender.
What was the message from
just rolled to him and he tapped it
Dave and Jens and stuff at halftime for you guys?
Did we see any substitutions at the half? I haven't noticed anything yet.
I don't even know if they said anything, to be honest.
I think it wasn't like a general message. I feel like that came from the boys when they left, but I think it was just little tactical things. with our throw-ins and
There's Nick Spittle down the right side
like set pieces, how we're going to defend them and stuff like that.
from Vancouver Island.
But
Yeah.
there
Into
wasn't
the first
much
half,
for to
if you are
say
out
because
there
we were
watching,
playing.
Drop
like-
me a line on Twitter. Let us know where you're listening from at Mr. McKee.
Mostly they're just saying stay focused.
Coast to coast,
You know,
all the way from Halifax.
you're almost there.
out
So
to
if
Vancouver
anything,
Island.
just
Truly a
keep
national
fighting.
broadcast and a national
And then we just
championship.
talked amongst ourselves as a team. And yeah, that was really it.
Deep in their own half.
Came out
Yeah.
ready to fight again.
Most of the time, like the coaches were either weren't even in the change room, like they just let the players in the change room come in, say their message. They would each have something to say, sometimes not even, and then they would leave the change room and it would just be the boys. And it was the first game after we conceded and we were down 1-0 at half. Like the coaches didn't even come into the change room. Like it was just the guys, and we were all like real angry, like not with each other, but just with how many times we went down in their end and didn't come out the goal, and then they get a sloppy corner kick, deflections and trickles in the net. And it was just probably like 5 minutes of silence until we just were like, all right, this is what we got to do. We just got to score a goal, and we'll come back. We'll work from there. We'll just start with one, and we'll work from there. Sure enough, what we get 3 in like 8 minutes, something crazy.
Then again, 2 minutes out of
that was crazy, yeah.
Halftime, don't even want to award a card for you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Do you think this was your best game of the season based on the opponent you guys were going against?
Almost want to just go, play on.
In the words of Robert De Niro, talking to me.
I think we might have actually played better against Douglas.
Yeah. Of the season, I think one of our best games of the season was probably against Sheridan.
Ooh, you're right.
Despite the result, that was another really key game. Like we played really, really well as a team. Another game that we played for each other, just unfortunate of the result.
100%. That was a key game. I told the guys this already. I told them that after that game, even though we didn't get the result, I knew that we could compete in nationals just because of how we played in that game. We didn't have our full squad, and we played good football against a good opponent all game long.
How he's able to generate that much power from
George Brown.
George Brown was a tough game.
Sorry, guys.
That was a tough game because we lost the player 30 seconds in.
And he got by 2 and couldn't make it 3.
I feel like the last defender there went number 4.
It's not a red, man. But 8.
Very easily there.
That's not a red.
Probably wouldn't have given a foul.
Oh, GG's.
Can you each describe your relationship with the keepers? Go ahead, Josh. How do you feel about both Kavan and Dylan?
I had a great relationship with them both. Partly because a lot of the time, they were probably looking for me on the long ball when we would get it from the back. Dylan, Kavan, they're my boys.
You might be able to make a buck or two if you hurry up to Oshawa right now and big crowd.
They're cool guys.
I'd go $10 a hot chocolate.
Yeah, keepers for sure. Those are guys still. They're crazy. I don't know why they play keeper and just take shots all day. They're crazy, but besides that, they're great guys. They're one of the only people that can see everything on the field. So their communication to the back line is huge. So just the guidance that they give us is huge.
Devon Grant,
especially in this last game, it was critical because we were up against some tough competition.
So Durham came into the playoffs.
I don't really know Dylan that well, so my relationship with him wasn't as good as Kavan, me and Kavan's, but
hard challenge.
I respect Dylan as a keeper. I think
believe Algonquin was the top
great keeper.
Not sure.
And Kavan, we had our disputes definitely during the season. But overall, respect him as a keeper. He's a great keeper. Good guy to have around.
For the life of him, just could not pronounce the
crazy arm too, man.
Oh yeah.
This is the 7th game you've done with them.
Ooh.
No sir.
And a hard foul.
Ooh. A little stare down.
From from
Douglas.
Let
I'll
him
take
know.
Lerone Young in that.
Yeah,
that
now
battle
this
any
is
day.
when the intensity starts, the chippiness starts to come out.
Oh yeah.
Lerone.
Abs of Steel.
Abs
holding
of
the ride out.
steel.
Gets kicked, just about kicked
Didn't
out
care
of the
where that ball
stomach,
was
does
gonna
not
go.
even
Just
flinch.
wanted to hit it as hard as I could.
Check back, check back.
Cullen, the fourth-year defender from Pickering.
Who's got the best throw in for your
Threw it
team?
in. Nick Spittle over the back is someone. Down. Yeah, good call from the ref.
To be honest, me like Ryan,
He's reckless with his
when
challenge,
Ryan threw the
but
ball in, the most
not
damage happened.
malicious.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Because
Yeah.
like the little link up play, he'd get the ball into the box, like we'll play it back to him. In terms of like how far someone can throw, I don't know. We never really had
Another
someone.
one, Tanya Reber.
Yeah.
Reiber, forgive the pronunciation. Watching from Ladysmith, Vancouver
Yes, sir.
Island.
It's our
Go
ball.
Mariners, bleed blue.
Durham College, step up your game.
Yeah,
I think
we're
it's only 2 from Durham so far.
yeah, and that's fellow Durham athletes and coaches watching. So, and then also was it Mike Tierney, I believe, 1987. Bronze medal alumni, bronze medal winner. So Durham never won a national championship in their history in soccer.
No more.
And so
No more.
history
Got one.
in the making.
So,
Yes, sir.
It's in the trophy case when we get back.
Sweet.
So I like to see.
oh Ryan, what are you doing, lad?
Here
What
was
are you
He
doing?
was with
Can't get
Come
me
on.
Baggiopolis and then Tyreek Brown,
Yep.
if you need him.
Tyreek Brown to clean it up.
Tyreek Brown did a great job. Thank you, Tyreek. Tyreek Brown.
Tyreek Brown, that's it.
Sounds sweet, but
Sakano. I'd love to see Shun play just a little bit higher up the pitch.
Tyreek Brown
Almost
typing
that
it out.
holding midfielder spot.
Yeah.
And I want to see him. I'd love to see him play just behind that striker, get a few more chances on goal. His
He got stuck
creativity
in.
around that 18-yard box is
brilliant.
is what Vancouver's
Brilliant
been
breakdown,
lacking.
boys.
I feel
Look at
he's
the
kind of
run
forced
pumped
to play
into the
that
back
holding
post.
midfield role just
That's
because
it.
nobody's been
I think
able
my
to get
touch
the
let me down here, mate. Oh my
Oh,
goodness,
no.
that's
Wide,
atrocious.
too
What can you
wide.
do?
Yeah,
What can you do?
And
On the corner,
blocked
nevertheless, though. That's all
That's
right.
all right. That's all right.
by Vancouver Island will go out for a corner.
Yeah, I know. Beating myself up about that touch. It was
As you
tragic.
can see in the
I blame
background,
the boots.
snow, which was cleared away
Still
on the
breaking
field.
them
Yeah.
When I
in.
pulled in here
Those
Thursday
silver
evening
ones,
for ball
yeah.
games, there
Yeah.
was easily 30, 40 volunteers
Decent
out
pair
on the
though.
pe-
Shouts
out
out to
on the
Matt
pitch
Berry and his
shoveling
girlfriend if you
all
got to
the
listening.
snow.
You know
It
what I
was a
mean?
good
With the discounted
6 inches of
Adidas.
snow to
Shouts
cover the
out to
field.
Matt Berry.
And
Plug
so,
talk.
kudos to all those
Yeah.
volunteers and their effort.
Who had the best shoes on the team?
That's a hard debate.
We're taking
Only
Yeah.
because some people are loyal to Nike and some are loyal to Adidas. So I'm personally not going to say a Nike pair is better than an Adidas.
cross in,
Can't
kicked
ask me
away.
that question.
Flores, swing and a miss.
Yeah, it's a tough one still. I'm pretty sure we all, not even unintentionally, but almost everybody's shoes are like of a dark color. Like we all went pretty much like all dark, really.
Young out to Spittle.
Like either like a
Hard
you know,
drive.
a dark blue
And
or a
Picard was
black.
needed to punch that away. Nick Spittle has been dangerous all evening.
Then again, Aiden
Sounds
Donaldson
like
does
the crowd's
have
getting
a
involved in the game now.
full of cleats, so he can
Attacking
pick whatever
Durham, it's
color
got
he
the crowd
wants.
energized.
Yeah, you can pick and choose.
Spittle of
And
first year
refuse.
from Ajax.
Of course, you have a dark pair, but how many other pairs do you have, Aiden?
Yeah, well, you don't need that if we only need 8 dark pair.
Just 15 minutes east of here,
That's so wrong.
or west of here, excuse me. Cross in, Picard punched away. And
Oh.
Flores, I believe that's strike 2 for him.
I'll never forget that one time I sent that ball into orbit.
What? During practice?
Yeah, that one practice.
Hey, Jordan. You know, Josh almost wasn't a part of our team.
Yeah, I had to
Take the
vouch
ball
for
away
him.
with him.
Yeah,
What's this story? You
the
gotta
boys
share
had
this
the boys had a vouch for me. You know, there's this one practice where I forget what drill we were running, but I was attacking the net, and I took a little bobble on the shot, and I sent it into orbit and I lost it, and like, it was one of like the new balls we got.
They got the lone
And
striker up top, Josh.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Coach
Oh,
Dave
no.
wasn't
Dave
too
loves those
happy.
balls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really
so we
tight,
had to do a bit of convincing to
Oh, no.
Very difficult
to keep him
Uh,
around.
you
Josh hadn't
Boys,
proved himself enough at that
to
point
find any space
Yeah,
for
he
Yeah.
was still
Dave
just
not
the
to
rookie. He was still just the rookie on the team
Yeah,
that didn't chase the ball after he kicked it over the fence.
no,
yeah.
couldn't
Oh
find
man.
it. You were
Yeah.
back there for
Off the
like
side of his
30
foot.
minutes, more than that, maybe.
I was there for the rest of the practice. I didn't see the field. I didn't see the field
It's
after
going to be a
that.
card
That
from
was
Lerone
that was
Young.
it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
tragic.
He
We'll
sees
bobble up
Was
though.
this yellow?
Nothing too serious.
So
Yeah.
well done by the ref. You can see all the Vancouver
I felt like
players
though that
taking
kind
exceptions
of
to
shaped
and
like
he
how
very
it was
Look, I got him.
it was
I got
gonna
him. I'm gonna card
it was
him.
gonna go actually like the season and
Communication.
stuff,
That's all
because
you want.
we
That's
quickly
why you ever sit in the
established
GO
what
train, you're sitting there and
what he
they
was
just
looking
stop you in the
for,
middle of tracks for 20
and
minutes, and you're like, can someone just at least tell me what's going
that
on?
was really it. It's either you're gonna
No, show that I'm upset.
you're gonna keep messing up, or you're gonna fix up.
Communication.
So
All bouncing around.
So,
there you gotta do.
Scrummy soccer
Poked
these
ahead.
guys are playing.
And Hupple and someone was
missed.
offside.
honestly, like
Unlucky
the selection
because
of our
Hupple
squad was just based
was
on what
wide
everyone
open
can
with
bring
no
to
one
the
in
table.
front of him.
Everyone
Right in
that
the
played
18-yard
like
box, the top of
throughout
it.
nationals,
Put the shot wide though.
they had
so-
something to bring to the table, and that's
Yeah.
why they played
At least put that in. So
a lot of minutes, or they played some minutes.
At least at the target.
Mhm.
So, like especially our starting 11, I can say that like everybody has their own like ability that like propels our team forward.
Looking very dark out.
For sure. Everyone on the team, we all pulled our own weight. Like you see right there, getting stuck in, winning the ball when we lose it. Being there first when they get the
Bagiopoulos
they
down the
get the
left
ball.
side, cuts in,
So
leaves for Takano.
Number one fan Xavier's watching now.
Oh yes.
Oh, there he
I'm
is.
glad it worked.
Tries to
I'm
flick
glad
the
it worked
ball
out.
in.
shouts out to the number one fan.
Clean tackle there. Get up,
Takano
kid.
wants to have a crack at goal.
I think the camera didn't catch it, but I did the AI step.
Look at the pace of Josh Lee.
Talk about the pace of Joshua Lee. Are you crazy?
DCSI
Come on.
past couple
Like
minutes
his,
look much better
It's getting
at
dark.
building up their offense, their attack, getting the stars in the right position to have a crack at goal.
Dusted.
Right on there, brother.
Dusted.
Spills also
Man,
minutes
this
on the
is-
swing.
And
It goes on
cleared
these
away and kept in. Nicely
Yo.
done.
ex.
With
I
Grayson Shalafo.
don't even know what to call it. He goes on these long runs for
Shout out X. DC
Long-
Ultra.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
great ball
he
in
definitely
by
kicks it into
Takano.
another gear.
Bagiopoulos
When he gets the ball, it's
And that's
it's
flicked
go.
away, Aiden
Like for real,
Donaldson.
it's all go
showing
for
his
Nick.
creativity.
He's going straight to the hole.
Yeah, if you're Billy cutting in on your
Who's
right,
better,
you
the
need a-
pink team or the orange team at
it's going
practice?
one way because-
Tyreek, are we talking when the Niagara, when we were playing Niagara?
Donaldson with the easy-
Oh man,
easy standing tackle to get the ball
So
out,
that
get
was
the ball away from
Orange
that
team.
was a tough game.
I think it was orange team still.
Yeah, that was a tough game, bro. I was genuinely mad.
Cross in.
Honestly,
And there it is.
Yeah,
Is that
and
Cole
then
Finchar again?
this
The
is where
big
they
man,
scored that
6'6".
one goal.
This
I was
time
just like,
doesn't
wow.
need his head. Ball just falls to his feet and he
the
taps
thing
it
is
in.
with that one,
Now we got to get
we were
2-1.
outnumbered defensively because I had to
2-1,
leave
30
my
minutes
guy
left. If
to
you're
pressure
Durham,
the
you
guy
need
who
to
actually
snap out of this funk you've
crossed
been in
the
so
ball
far
back
second
in,
half.
and then
Work
my guy was
back
left
up,
open. Nobody
try
stepped.
to get a goal, make it 3-1.
So
If not that, make
it
sure
was
you
just
do
outnumbered
not
by one
give
in
any
that back
easy
post.
chances
That's why that
on
happened.
the other end.
Now all the pressure on the
How
home
does
side.
panic
Keep
not work?
Marcellus
You
at
have
the
a
top.
2-0 lead where you think, oh, we're comfortable. They're already engraving
Hey, how
my
does
name
panic
on the
not
medal,
start setting
the
in when
gold
all of a sudden
medal.
they get on the board
And
like
then
that?
Cole Senchar again has been so tremendous on set pieces. I mean,
For
that
me
6'3",
personally,
6'6" frame.
when we have a lead,
How do you help?
for me it's just a matter
So
of
now VIU
keeping
playing
the
inspired
pressure
football.
on the defense. Don't give them a moment to rest, because once
Bagiopoulos.
already get their hope in the goal that they had here. You can see now they started to ramp up the intensity in their plays. So, you know, just trying to keep up on the defense,
Aiden Donaldson
on the opposing
Also played a
defense is
fantastic game
probably
so
the best
far,
way to go.
being a great ball playing center back.
Yeah, I
Whenever
think
he had an opportunity to boot it up pitch, whether it's a clearance or a
deciding not to
cross, he's
panic
done so.
is
Done a
the
great
best
job
way to go
blocking
about it,
the
because if
opposing
we
team.
start fumbling our passes and
One thing I loved
being
after
scared
that
on the
goal,
ball,
right away, as soon as
they're
Sanchar
gonna
scores, no
see that
celebration.
as a
He
weakness, and they're gonna
screamed at
just keep
someone, get the
attacking.
ball,
So
and he
the
sprinted
leaders,
back to his
the leaders
position.
on the team,
Let's go.
we're instructing the
Still
boys to
plenty
just
of work to do
continue
for
playing our
Vancouver
same
Island.
game, keep calm,
But you know, at the
and
start of the second half,
go
we
from
talked
there.
about how
We didn't really change
ideally,
much in our
if
game, I
you
don't
want to
think.
get one at least by the 70th minute.
Yeah, I think
so you don't
our
start
confidence,
pushing up too
especially
much.
throughout
Now, they can just
the
relax
other
and play their
games,
game, can still
kept
play
us going.
a solid defensive
Especially
game.
now, because you know we proved that we could
I would
compete,
completely agree,
and
but I
being
don't
up
know
to
if
nothing, like
Shantacano
you
is
know,
going to
being
be
up
willing
still
to
2-1, we're
He's
still
trying
trying to
get
press
the
them and
team
you
to
know go get another one at this
put a win
point.
in the next,
You know, it's still
10 minutes.
you know our
Yeah,
game.
something
We're
like
still
that.
trying to dominate, but you know it was just an unlucky goal.
This
Very unlucky.
VIU team has come out in the second half ready to play, came out with a much different level of intensity and a different level of cohesion with one another. Billy Bagiopoulos has played a monster second half so far, getting into much better positions, much better places and locations on the pitch to have a couple cracks at goal.
Lerone, do you still have the player of the match bag?
Oh, that's my favorite bag.
We will have overtime if this
Come on
is
now.
tied.
Those bags
at
are
the end of
sick.
regulation.
Bags are
2:15,
nice. The
Yeah.
colors blend in
I
nice
believe,
together. They
is
got the
what will
pockets
happen,
that you
and
need.
then to penalty kicks
Good
following
bag.
that.
I
Still deadly.
don't know if I would trade it for one of those MVP black sweaters that Josh and others got, but hey, I'll take the bag.
That's one thing I don't like when the defender
Yeah,
is
I got
assuming
the two
his goalie is
sweaters.
there to clear it. It's
Yeah.
the goalie makes
Oh,
the
do
call.
you?
You never let a defender make the call with the goalie.
Exactly.
That's all right.
You don't want to open up the door for potential miscommunication. You just want
Yeah,
to.
those sweaters are nice. Black ones. Kind of
Donaldson
cheese,
be
to
like,
be
hey, I know you're
honest.
20
so,
yards
hey,
away, but can you come pick this up right now? That's not the call you want to make.
rock the
Huppel
bag.
crosses and safely
Calm
dealt
down,
with
calm
by
down.
Grant.
Yeah, you see, this
And that's
guy
off Senchar's
was
head.
all over me.
A lot of the Durham fans on that field looking for a foul. Senchar all over the
Yeah,
back of
bro,
Joshua.
like how
Think
much?
about how angry he would get if you were like over him. So he had to
Yeah, he had to show out for real.
to do what he did. Oh, there it is.
Finally, a foul called.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah. What Jose do?
He looks like Young
Here we go.
was fouled. Lerone Young. And now Jose Flores will come in on his right foot and try to swing this in.
Wait, who said is Aiden the red card bandit? No, that's not me. I only got one. Kevin Thibodeau got two.
Kevin, either Kevin or Khalil.
Has to be Khalil or Tips.
Leo did not have to get that card at all.
He's got that stance, yeah. Cross in from
There was
Flores.
no need.
Dangerous. And it finds the back of the net.
Oh, no.
Deja vu, Jose Flores.
That's it.
It was
A little
the
hiccup.
exact same thing yesterday.
Okay,
in
no,
the
on
semis.
that goal, all I saw
that allowed the breakthrough.
was like I
and
went
now
up to
maybe
jump
it's a
for it to
goalkeeper error
contest
that
like,
allows a gold
with
medal
the
around the necks of the
but,
Durham Lords.
You know what? He's not gonna level
their
up
own
goalkeeper
player,
like
like it
that.
went
He's
off
gonna
like
do it
the
as
tip
Fedor.
of his head,
Instead of
and it
Cristiano
just went through his
Ronaldo,
hands.
free kick.
So
and ended up
Flores,
in the net.
I don't think he was
okay,
going that
there
goal.
we
It
go.
was just trying to
There's the
cross
goal that we
in,
needed.
and he handcuffed
Sure,
the keeper.
that was a gift because that keeper is definitely having a laugh, and
Oh
and
yeah.
that's gotta be crushing for VIU.
Oh, yeah, he
that
was
can't
happy.
happen.
Yeah,
That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, that cannot happen.
Jose knew exactly where to run to after that, eh?
Oh yeah.
And it was
Oh,
from
yeah.
a very similar
Yeah, but
spot, probably about 5
mid-celebration, he
yards
was
back.
asking if it was his goal.
Yesterday's goal from
We had
Flores,
to,
but the
we
exact
had
same
to
result.
assure him that yes, you did score that goal.
And again, you know, 20 years from now,
you.
Flores will tell you, man, I picked that back right corner. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
He did.
Durham.
The top right corner.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what a hit.
He picked that back corner. Yeah.
That clip will definitely be in the year-end video once our award schedule is done.
Hey.
And the fact that he did it twice, like even in the match before.
Grant.
Yeah.
Well
No,
done.
like I don't know.
Inexcusable. That's
Yeah,
inexcusable.
maybe maybe he does have those, yo.
3-1.
Has those. He has
And
those.
the Lords can breathe a little easy.
Boom.
What would happen if that was to happen to your keeper? Oh,
Yeah, no one yet warming up for.
I don't know. I don't know.
oh no. Our keepers don't make that mistake.
65.
Yeah,
That's just not an
Yeah.
option.
You just don't cross that bridge.
On the minds of
Oh,
both
for sure.
managers.
That's not in the arsenal of the Lords here.
Yeah,
we don't want that up.
We don't know.
Back of the head on that header, holding a little bit. Looks like he's a
Very good keeper on the hand.
I have a question for you guys. What does this team look like next year?
Marcellus.
Oh, this team looks like, we have a bunch of guys who are confident.
And he goes to ground.
We got what we came for when we started the season, and even
I think if Lee goes to
when
ground
we
there,
first
he's gotta
assembled
shout for
the
a
team.
penalty.
We called ourselves national champs, so we
Well,
practically
there was
spoke
enough
it,
contact
into
that,
existence.
you could,
So
I don't
I'd
see- you
say,
could've said
it's
the
just the
rest
same thing
behind, so
that
you
we're
see that
gonna,
kind of contact, he's gonna buy it.
that we did last year. Same thing.
Just a bit of a change of tune from you.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that we got for next year is the bragging rights and the title of national champion.
Definitely.
So we're just looking two-peat, I guess, pretty much. A lot of people are probably gonna want to play with the best guys, and seeing as we have that title, we'll see what
These linesmen brave. I don't see any toques or gloves on any of these guys.
bringing.
Especially the guy right in front of us. He's
Yeah,
got
right now we got a strong core of guys returning next year. That's mostly attacking end. We're obviously losing a lot of our defense, which are main components to our team. But I feel like the leadership that we have going into preseason, if that's an option based on the pandemic, we can help shape the team and nurture some of the guys to play how we know we can play and how we want to play for this season.
Spittle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think it's just about
dangerous
leading by
tackle.
example.
2-footed challenge, and the ref keeps his whistle in his pocket. Takano, the ball bounces to him.
And then you called that one.
And they're calling handball on Cullen.
That's insane.
Cullen took exception to that.
Everyone heard Bruce? Everyone heard Bruce in the background?
Of course.
That 2-footed slide challenge from behind.
Right, get that guy under control, right?
I thought, okay, could that actually be a borderline yellow card? I never even considered
That's
that.
poor officiating, in my opinion, in that situation.
And then that handball right there could have involved a hand as well. I'm not entirely sold that it was a clear-cut handball.
So Bagiopoulos and Takano, looks like they both want it.
Unlike Bagiopoulos.
Like Takano's going to stand over it and have a go.
Yo, are you crazy? Are you crazy? With a name like Bagiopoulos? You better be nice, huh?
Better be this bag.
First team All-Star.
This free kick, I took off my back. You'll see it. You'll see when it goes off. And when that ball touched my skin, oh man! Especially because it was cold outside. Woo!
Yeah, it hurts though.
Takano, right-footed strike, and Joshua.
It looked like a decent strike.
Yeah, it was knuckling when I had looked at it and then I turned my back.
Usually get the diva reputation.
Ryan said it was his only handball and it was tactical. Yeah, bro. We'll call it that.
And it's only fair in his defense.
Yeah, so we can say, I've been holding my laugh. So the wind just came and swept John's roster sheets away, and they've just flown out the booth. So now I'm going to have to be nice and share my rosters. highlight of the night. That's
boys
that's
having a laugh.
turning point right there. Is that one gust of wind?
It's from that door as well. The door we spoke on earlier.
This guy wanted to have a little talk. I'm like, what's going on, buddy? What's going on?
I just
But that free kick
score
that
check.
from Takano, you did have to look at that.
Yeah, no, they were salty. They weren't happy
Free
with
kick right on the edge of the
what was
box.
going on.
Perfect chance to
Yeah.
cut the lead down to 1. And
No, VIU's a decent squad, but they ain't anything special. Like, you know,
So I would say
Yeah.
keep that one roster.
it's great to beat them, but
Personally, when I had first seen basically what they had won in the past years, I was expecting to really face a team, you know, that had,
just under 20
you know,
minutes left.
every component of their style of play in
20
check.
minutes
Because
away from history.
I think it was they had like five wins like in the past 7 years or something like that. So, you know.
I was Humber. They had
Ron
I
Young.
think 2.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah, but they were in every national, I think.
yeah. But yeah, no, I didn't think that they were, you know, nothing too special. They had the key players like Takano and the players in the back. But other than that, no, I didn't think it was nothing that we couldn't handle.
Yeah.
We had a solid team.
Do you remember what they were ranked in the national rankings?
It might have been second. Oh.
I think so. I'm not sure.
I have it in front of me. They were third.
Oh, okay.
What were the Durham Lords?
The only unranked team in the tournament.
Okay. Thank you.
Somehow in the final rankings, UTM was ranked ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
No sense. Yeah, they disrespect us, you know, but they can't do that anymore. So.
Yeah, no, they're gonna have to put some respect on our name now for
Yeah,
sure.
I think even Seneca was ahead of us at one point.
Young made a meal of that one.
Yeah, Seneca finished 8th.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way I see it, like a team that has this much clout, I expected them to be super comfortable on the ball.
Oh yeah, to
make us
control
work for
the
it.
situation.
Yeah, like play the ball around, like let us work for it, get tired, but it was back and forth. Like we had the ball, we had possession, maybe even more than they did.
On that one.
Which, you know, if we played Humber, it wouldn't have been like that. I'm not saying we wouldn't have got the result. Our possession would have been a little bit lopsided because like they're a team that plays like that. And that
I'm very proud that I was able to
pretty much distinguishes you as a team.
There was a few good underdog stories though, like Champlain wasn't even ranked either, but they upset the number 1 team in the country to qualify for the national championship.
Oh wow!
And then they go on to win bronze.
Nice.
It was a fun tournament to follow with all you guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys found it entertaining. So thank you.
Had a blast doing it, you know. Had a blast.
You boys I've never played with before, you guys surprised me, and I was excited to play with you guys every game. Joy, except for Algonquin, but every other game.
Who was the most surprising player to you this season?
Would have been
mine for sure was Josh, because you know, at the start of the year, like Coach Dave already sort of had an idea of like who's gonna fill what position, and we were trying out stuff, and then we were trying out different formations, and like you said earlier, like either me in the center mid or me in the center back role, and so we were also deciding where Josh would be, and you know, at first we were trying him out on the wing. But then, you know, we ended up making the decision as a team, and you know, and the coaching staff also to end up moving him to the striker role. So, you know, he was sort of our dark horse, just because, you know, he came in with the open tryouts, and that was really like the first time I saw him.
Well, he's just been really creative. Exactly. Creating a lot of chances.
I would say it's between Josh, Tyreek, and Aiden for me. That were most surprising to me, because I have no past history with these guys. Some of them I've heard their name before, but others I haven't. seeing them play and like
Kind of worried.
seeing their game progress
rotation
as the
off
season
well
went
for a
on,
second there.
it was good for me to see.
Great ball in from
Strong
Flaherty
form of
from the
leadership
20
on the
for,
team will make
VIU.
the team go a lot further. That's exactly what we had. Those key players.
Oh, another
Oh,
strong
what a
challenge.
tackle.
That's Tariq Bryant again.
Tariq really surprised me in nationals.
Oh yeah, even just with like throughout the season, you know,
Another
he
one
was
on Vancouver.
solid.
Call.
That
Yeah.
has to be a call there for the referee.
It is. Josh Lee.
Sancho
He
just
started surprising me after Centennial, Josh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Josh Lee.
I was like, oh shit,
Josh Lee? Okay.
I can ball.
Oh, yo, that was a crazy game, bro.
That was a crazy game.
I don't know. We just could not find the back of the net.
Match going on.
They get one chance. They put
Oh,
it
man.
inside 1-1. 90th minute. Nothing to do but play the ball long.
Hail Mary.
Yo, that whole game, like I knew I had a feeling I was gonna score, but then like time kept going and going, and you know it was like running out of time here. You know, like what's going on? So you know, I just kept trying, and then we got that one ball that got played to the back post, and you know that was it.
Lovely ball from Takano, maybe just a bit too much.
Savior.
Great hustle. You know what? That's one of those ones. Keep it in, just knock it in for a throw in though. Knock it out. Rather a throw in that deep than a goal kick. Alas. Just over 6 o'clock local time.
Okay, come on, keeper. You got to play the ball now.
Yeah, no, Kavan would definitely make a meal of wasting some time if we were up in any way.
Oh yeah, he played his role great. Knew
Michael
when to go and
Heeple
when
is
not to.
pronounced
When we
Heeple,
needed
not
a
Huffle.
break and
So
when we
forgive
had
me.
some, more gas
I
in the
went and
tank
talked
to
to the
go.
coaches before both games, and I got the pronunciation from his coaches.
Hey Josh, let me just bring this to your attention right now. Now, in terms of Kavan, as a striker,
Michael,
Right.
would you prefer if he had the ball
he as in hello.
and he had time?
That's not what you would say. You
Do you
wouldn't
prefer
say
him to
he.
drop kick it
That's hell.
all the way up to you, or would you prefer him to
Bell.
put it down,
Hell.
slice that ball to you?
I would rather him just put it down like
Yeah.
have it as a spot kick.
That's it. See, that's the only dispute me and Kavan had this year.
Nothing better from a
I
DM from
think
Angry Pants.
I even wrote. See, I
if
have
he
it phonetically
realizes
called
how
the poll,
difficult it is to deal with
because
one of
that's
those
how the coach
balls,
told me to say it. Forgive me.
that he would play it on the
Takano.
ground a lot more. But
And Tariq Bryan there again.
especially
Even
with their big back line, like if it's all
Mhm.
the way up in the air like that, you can't even track it. We're gonna lose the ball.
Spittle.
Oh, man.
Oh, this one.
Senchar gets
Eee.
around. Oh.
Eee.
Spittle.
Okay,
And the
right
ball
here
lands
I
to
was
him.
like,
Surely
yo,
it's number 4.
Josh is
Second
twerking.
chance, third chance. He
Josh is
can't.
twerking, Jordan.
Yo,
What
you
a
guys,
nick, Spittle.
you guys don't understand. If that's 4-1, yo, 3-2 makes it look like it's a close game. If that's
Yeah.
I don't like
4-1,
the
that's
challenge
game.
from Senchar. There
That's
was no
game
need
set
for him to go
match.
to ground there.
They kind of laughed
And if you
there.
do go to ground, you better take
He
him
had
out.
3 white jerseys coming after him too.
Offside calls.
You know, I thought he was gonna
against
finish it,
VIU.
and
Yeah.
I was wondering what he was gonna do after going through all those defenders like how he did. You know,
The
but
body language is saying
whatever.
that they're frustrated.
What can you do?
With the match
You
frustration
made
that's
the
going.
suspense
I know
all the
that
more.
2 goals with 10 minutes to play before stoppage time, but
That-
I feel like anger, frustration, whenever you
That's
show
it, Kavan.
that outwardly,
That's the kick.
it never goes well for your team in the end.
I think me and you
Spittle
switched positions there, Josh, and I was having a laugh getting to
could
the
have
ball.
put
Mhm.
That's
the
all right.
game
I was gassed, man. I'm
away
not.
for
You're gassed,
Oh.
yeah. That's why I
overtime.
told you. I'm like, yo, just chill in the middle. I'll hold it down for 30 seconds, and then you could go back.
With 10
Yeah.
minutes to go, 3-goal lead.
And I think this is where we ended. Yeah, right there. See, yeah, I
And
ended up
now
switching.
we're just at the 80th
Yeah, I
minute
was just
mark.
telling you to just
the next
track
few
the ball side to
seconds.
side in the middle, but don't chase.
And I gotta, I'd love to see some kind of new fresh legs come in for VIU.
I'm a striker too, bro. I know the struggle of
Surprised
thinking
there
you
hasn't
have
been
to
any
chase them, or else
substitutions
people
this
don't think
match.
you're doing anything. But
Yeah.
in reality, bro, like if you just
Long ball
cut
in.
that split pass off,
Kicked out of bounds. It'll be a
it'll
corner for
minimize your
VIU.
running, so that when you have to go and attack, you'll have more
You
energy.
were talking about the fresh legs. It's really,
No, for sure.
even
for
in this
sure.
kind of tournament, 3-4
Tough.
games over 3 or 4 days, you really need to use more than 11 guys.
I think
no
this is
matter what's going on.
when who's that, Tariq? Yeah,
Even
when
though you
his
want to play your best guy,
his ankle was much.
bringing in fresh legs, particularly got legs with pace.
Yeah, bro, these guys were
Tired
doing better ankle
That's
stuff.
just a better option.
Yeah,
Not gonna cap. We're not gonna miss this, guys.
I think this is when that second one came through. Yeah.
Long crack at it, ball bouncing around, and Vancouver Island again
there's 2
gets
goals.
the
I need a
second.
different view of that,
And this
bro.
thing's not done yet.
Unlucky. That's all it is.
I couldn't see who exactly put it in.
Honestly, like right at this exact moment, like watching them all run back
Durham,
and then
they
you take a look at the
make it
time.
easy, can they?
Still no substitution
Yeah,
from
now
either side.
it's just for
the
defense.
next 10 minutes, or 9 minutes rather, is going to be very.
Vaughn says it was coming right to him. But
I'm probably going to close up shop here very soon.
I took a deflection early on, no?
Oh, it went off a couple of guys actually before it pinged off and then that.
And that's the
That's one thing I enjoyed about our team exactly. A lot of our goals were
to give us that
not
breathing room
even
again.
a lot,
If they sit
all
back,
pretty much were
you risk that danger.
nice build up plays.
Oh yeah.
Versus sometimes
and Bagiopoulos looked
goals
way
like that
offside.
happen. It didn't happen too much for us.
Flores up. Marcellus Paul, can he get to it?
Yep. Cleaned out.
And he
Back
does
on his
both
feet.
stays in,
Still
and
at it.
then has to
And
put
then
out-
he fouled it. Let's go.
See me. Hey, give him the card.
Literally yanked
Let's
it
go.
down. There it is.
Gotta be a card.
Right here, we're looking for the Jose special.
Miraculous Jose Flores free kick.
Yeah, hey, he's done
Yeah,
it
nah.
twice.
If
Third
you
time's the
guys,
charm. Let's go.
well, if you're able to hear it from that side, like
From that side
the
previously.
crowd was just on, like he was all over that defender when he brought down Marcellus. Like, man,
I'm sure he's gonna be in
it's
no rush to
probably
take this one.
probably tough playing against our supporters.
Yeah, they were going in at him.
I remember that play too because Al got a really nice
Man
photo
number
of it.
two.
The ref came up
Wants
and
to
just
get in
mean
there
mugged the player.
as he sends
Real
Rachel
nice.
back to cover for him.
Yeah, you could definitely tell the intention of the ball wasn't a priority there.
Cross in. And this time Picard.
Yeah, that one he had it.
Bagiopoulos.
Even here, it was I think this is where he
Takano to Bagiopoulos.
right here.
Inside.
This one I thought it was in.
Tries
Like
it
I
and
thought he
just
scored right
missed.
there.
Yeah.
Inches past the side
And
of
I
the
was like,
goal.
oh
And we
man.
talked about the
If
corner.
that
Calling
went
the
in-
defender goes up to get on the attack, and he left
You
Nick
think
Spittle back
Dave
there,
makes any
and Spittle
substitutions?
just got roasted.
Yeah,
This guy's
it's
normally
Yeah,
a right
I think
winger
he would.
Trying to play right back.
Who do you think he would substitute?
And
Because he did
Bagiopoulos
pick
turned him
off
inside out.
Nick
I'm unsure why Cullen was up there.
when we were winning. Do you think he takes him off if we aren't?
No, I honestly think it probably would have been
As you mentioned,
the other Nick, or it would have been Jose. It would have been a midfielder, I think, and then just send one more guy up top.
Bagiopoulos just missed.
I don't know. We got Coach Bruce. We got Coach Bruce in the chat. Coach Bruce, what was the situation?
Ooh, there it is. They're already thinking of subs.
Bagiopoulos on side.
What was it looking like? What were the options, Coach?
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
Getting that insider information.
Yeah, but this one's not illegal.
Number 19 is going to be coming on for Durham. He's a defender who's 5'10" from Whitby, Ontario.
Nate Payne.
Probably thinking of putting Jeremy up top.
Yeah. I was gassed,
I
man.
keep having Notorious
I was so
B.I.G.
tired.
in my head, you know that.
No, I don't
I-
even mean
I've-
to substitute you. I meant to play with you.
No, but yo, like you saw when Nick went on that run, man. Oh,
Cross
There
I was
goes the
out of
first
it.
option
Man
in both
Grant
situations, Bruce is
over
saying.
the back of one of the Vancouver, and there's
Heard
that
that.
toss I
Hey,
talked about with
well
Grant.
deserved. Definitely the biggest
Wow.
glow up, most improved for
So
sure.
He threw that from his 6-yard box, probably about 5 yards
Yeah,
past
I
half.
agree.
So that's a good 50 yards on a dime.
Yeah. Got our own Pat Mahomes and nets.
Go on, Marcellus. Come on. What can you do when you get the ball? What can you do?
Lee up by himself. And that ball kicked
Sky, man. Telling you.
Yeah.
Well done, Joshua
Sky
Lee.
was long. Sky was long.
Ball in.
Substitution now as Nick Spittle is coming out of the game. What a game he has had.
Yeah, tip of the cap to
Like,
Nick.
bro, 4-1. That would have been a
Really
game
stellar
changer.
entire playoffs.
That would have
You're
killed
at
it
the
right there.
DCSI National
That would have
Championship.
sealed the
What a
deal
week
for
for
sure.
Nick.
I think. He's a pain. Pain in
Yeah.
the room.
I think we would have had a lot more subs.
Probably they also made a substitution, so on for further free kicks and such, it allows Cullen to go up, whereas all of a sudden Nate Payne could go back to play the right back, or actually yes, right back role. I always have to take a second.
At this
to figure out
point
who
in the
left back,
game,
right back.
anything that happened near the touchline where the fans were, you couldn't even hear anything. It was just a bunch of screaming
Yeah,
nonsense.
it was just noise. Like, there wasn't even anything being said. It was just
We
noise.
haven't had a ton of
It was
injury
crazy, man.
stoppages.
That
yeah.
girls
Like,
team, man,
see
they have
more
a
than about 2 minutes
pitch of voice, like they
being
can
added.
do some crazy noises, man.
They were tight to that line too.
Plus the other teams were there in attendance as well. So
Yeah. Well,
I don't know how many of them were cheering for us.
oh yeah.
not all of them were there. Yeah, they definitely weren't all cheering for us.
No, I don't think so.
And Payne.
Oh, do you guys think that was worthy of a yellow card?
You can
Yes
see
or
Chat,
no?
let
I
us
can see
know.
a mile
Type a 1
away,
if that's
he's
a
gonna
red.
clatter This guy. He just that's hey, you know what? I've been sitting on that bench. I want to
Uncalled
get
for.
my adrenaline going. I want to
Very
let it be
late.
known I'm in this game.
Nick Payne bringing Nate Payne.
There we Bam. Yeah.
Damn. Yo, if that was the other way,
Great ball in.
that was definitely a red. But just because Nate's back was turned to him, he didn't see the follow through.
Dancing
Yeah, look at this
Yeah.
guy.
down
It's
the
not
middle.
going nowhere.
And out for a throw in.
I kind of love a dance, huh?
Mhm.
Dance.
Cross in.
He
And
was.
Lerone Young.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
this
little
arm,
too
my
slow
ankle.
for my taste.
My ankle
Get it up
got
the
clapped,
field.
bro. These guys are just stomping on ankles all game.
Mm.
I want the FIFA fair play.
Get it up to Joshua Lee.
That ball. If I was running for that ball, yo, I would have.
And
Yeah.
it's getting
That's
contested
not even your
out
fault,
there.
bro. I meant to kick that ball out. The
Aiden.
referee said that our player was down, so kick the ball out. That's what I did. But it made it look like I was giving you a bad pass. Ref's like, yo, one of your teammates are down. I'm like, all right, bet.
And Dalton needs to settle down. Just focus on the game at hand right now.
I agree there, Mr. Commentator.
Cross in.
And bro, my ankle's
And
bust,
foul
bro. These guys
called
kept
against someone
stomping.
on Vancouver Island. Didn't see it.
What is it like
I
when
believe it was on,
you hit that
Terrell,
extra time in soccer
Travis Brown.
and you're up by
He's also
one
having a bit of
and you're just
a
waiting for the clock to run out? Like, what's that like
in Donaldson.
compared to
And the
a
other
situation
Payne
for like another sport?
was there to clear regardless.
I feel like when you hit extra time and
I haven't said Nick's name so much
you're
tonight.
the team that's actually
When you play
losing.
next to
You
Terrell
know,
Brown,
once you start to realize that you're gonna end up losing, it's something that as a team, as a whole,
clears out.
you take it upon yourself, and you try and kick it up a gear as
Coming to
VIU
the end
did.
of regulation.
But
next
I
few
don't know,
seconds,
for
Payne up the
the
field.
one for when you're winning, you're just trying to hope they don't score.
Yeah, get the ball out.
Yeah, because
Clearing it right away.
And that
that's
was well out of
probably
bounds,
the
but
worst thing that can
linesman
happen. You play solid all throughout the game, and then a final minute cheeser like Centennial
we will
there,
get from
for
the
example.
official score on injury
You know.
time minutes.
It's just so unfortunate. So
Bagiopoulos and
I love it when
went off Bagiopoulos.
play a good game of football individually, but you also work physically for everything.
4 minutes
Like,
of added
mm,
time.
Your
That's
whole head right
generous.
there. When the 90th minute whistle blows, you can walk off that
VIU,
field
you've
head
got
high,
4 minutes
knowing you did your part,
to level.
and then it's just recovery time now.
Yeah.
as athletes, we all know those games where we haven't played our best or we don't
Flores.
think we've done our best and the whistle blows and we're just like,
To be honest,
Should've
with
been
the unlimited substitutions you can have,
after
why
this
not just
game, I
pull
think
all
it
the
was
strikers off and have
miles and
all the
hugs
center
and-
backs
Yeah.
on the pitch?
Oh yeah.
I like the speed of some of these guys. I don't know if you're gonna get that.
It's fair enough.
Great question.
Out of bounds, Nick Payne again. Nick's second-year player from Pickering. A lot of Pickering guys. I'm a Pickering guy myself. Live in the West Shore area. I was down East Shore, or Bay Ridge as they call it, for 10 years.
Adrian was saying you love a long
My
ball.
house backed onto
That's
Big
true.
M's, the famous.
I mean, I just play what the game gives me, you know? We got fast guys, we got open space. 1 + 2 = 3.
Long ball up for
That's
Lee.
it. That's the
He
one.
was on
There we
side.
go. There's a long ball up to
Lee
Lee.
settles.
That's it. Watch me burn this guy one time. You crazy?
Young.
Scoop, not there. Where you going?
Gets by the defender. Cross in. Flores.
Should have been one time back.
Marcellus. If Marcellus was close
Cleared
there,
away by
I feel like
Takano.
that's who they was looking for. Oh well then.
I think Durham a little cash getting back. Nick Payne.
Out of here,
the
says
ref.
Nick.
Referee.
Yeah.
Oh, with how cold it is, he's going to be feeling that sting.
So you wonder at what point does the keeper get up into the play, Picard? We're in injury time.
Bro, injury time took forever.
Oh yeah.
Durham College
Took
trying to make
forever.
history. Their first
I feel
men's
like
soccer national
sometimes
championship
like
in
once
school history.
like you get like an extra time that's more than like 2 minutes and you get like
So
3-4
someone else
minute extra time,
was
it's
able to
like
change
the ref
jerseys.
is just
That's,
giving the other
Alex
team
Talifu.
like a chance, you know, to survive in the game.
He was
It's
just throwing a
just
jersey on quick.
it's like
Yeah.
nerve
It goes by
wracking.
quick for them and slow for
Mhm.
us. If we're winning,
So Talifu was
that's the
number 20
thing.
anyway,
Like
he's
if we were
number
losing, we'd
16.
be like, yo, it's not enough, yo. Not enough time.
Jersey sales have already increased online the second he's put that on.
Yeah, like right
Like
here,
Kobe
like
Bryant
in the
switched to
game,
number 8.
like right here in the moment, like,
Mhm.
like he's
That's
about to
switched from
take
8 to
this. It's
24.
like
Yeah.
Takano in, great
it's like
ball.
you just hold like, oh man.
Got just
The
enough.
other one's the worst when the scrum happens, bro.
Yeah, that was life or
Really
death.
just a matter of
Yeah, I just whatever was white, I was kicking it.
No matter
for
if
sure.
if they get a penalty.
White socks,
ball
what it
onto
is, bro.
Simcoe
Just
Street.
kick it.
Yeah, they really brought it
Volleyball
in the final minutes, and you know,
As expected.
yeah.
And cleared away.
Stone
Back on
Cold.
defense and they're pushing.
Still be Vancouver Island throw in.
Thankfully, that one didn't go into Simcoe.
You're looking at $110 a ball. That's a lot of money on Simcoe Street.
If you have a call live close.
That's
Here's
it.
the chance. Can they equalize?
Oh,
No.
oh,
No. Shout out
And
Tyreek.
there's
Shout
a
out
scrum.
Ryan.
oh.
Six-yard line.
Shout out to all the man in that
Shout out.
scrum.
Shout
Let's
out.
go.
Yeah, like we knew. That was when we knew. When
Yeah,
as soon as that
that's
whistle
it.
blew, we knew it.
There was just bodies flying everywhere.
Why did the whistle blow though?
Because it
And
was,
finally, the ref
I
blows
think
the
it was
whistle.
like
Durham
they give
He was playing
advantage.
the ball on the
Sigh of
ground.
relief.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
He was
Wow.
playing
the
ball on the
A
ground.
chance from nowhere for VIU somehow.
I
Plus-
couldn't
plus
see
it
what
was
was
in our
going on,
box.
but I could imagine he was just kicking people on the ground.
Well, that's
Yeah,
it. I
like
mean,
you couldn't. It had to be
And
that
there's the
call. Like,
final
if he was
whistle.
if he was blowing a
History
whistle,
has been
it would have
made.
had to bend
the
for
Durham Lords are your
a penalty, but there's no way he was blowing a
2019
penalty there,
CCAA
so.
Men's Soccer
No.
National Champions.
Can't do that.
Jeez.
Congratulations.
Jeez.
And congratulations to the Durham
And here
Lords.
come the championship
Hey.
shirts.
So
Their first ever
you guys
Ah.
already know what it
National Soccer
is.
Championship for men's, I
Yes,
believe.
sir.
Okay.
Just incredible.
Okay.
Oh, big drip.
Yes, sir. Big drip.
Nice
Big
big trip. The take man out the case for this one, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Shouts out to Durham College for the ring.
And
Shouts out to Ken
I'd argue
Babcock,
they
you know what I
beat the
mean?
best team
Shouts
here.
out to Jordan,
Mhm.
you know
Shout
what I
out,
mean, making this happen.
Vancouver Island
shout out to
ejected.
Justice. Shout out to
Players
Justice.
just
Yes, sir.
laying on the ground
Oh,
all over the
man.
pitch. You really got to feel for them.
Had to make all those announcements to make sure people didn't rush the
Kudos to
field.
them.
Oh yeah, you
They
know,
definitely
they were
worthy
dying to
of
come
being
on.
in the national championship game, and
See them, they're all
you
lined
can't
up
say the
on
better
the
team
Oh,
won.
yeah.
I can honestly say the
We
luckier
had medals
team
to hand
won
out.
today.
We had to get going.
Definitely.
See,
Yeah,
this guy
both
said the
of,
best team didn't win. The
second-
luckiest
the
team
first
won.
one was
Now
just
that is
wonderfully
cap.
orchestrated.
Yeah,
second
that's
one,
That
crazy.
is cap.
just came
I don't
in
know what
quicker,
game he
and
was
then
watching, but
third,
that is cap.
Jose Flores gets another very lucky free kick. That's a bit
The
of a
only lucky
goalkeeper
thing that
error.
happened to us was that
Puts it
free
in the back
kick.
of the net.
And
And that
if we're
scrub.
It's been an
talking
incredible game here
chance
the
for
Lords.
chance, I don't know about that one.
You got to feel for the keeper Picard on that.
Going through the
For
award
Flores,
ceremony
you know,
here.
John, we
I'll
talked about
start
this
with
from day one.
Ron. How was
The
it getting the
tournament,
player of the
the
match for
ball
the
on net,
championship
good
game?
things happen, and Flores, evidence of that. Two shots. From, 30
Honestly,
yards out,
I didn't
25
think I was
yards
gonna
out,
get this one. I
and
thought I might have
it
got one
ends
a
up
game
in the
before
back of
the
the
game
net,
before
and
that,
it ends
but
up being the difference.
it felt
Durham
good to get it
College
because
winning their first
obviously
ever
I didn't get any
national
awards
championship.
previous to the other games, and
Definitely.
because I know that
Great
I put
scenes here
everything
at
out there,
Vassals Field in
from
Oshawa.
jumping up for all the
The
headers
field flooded
to putting
with
my body on the
family and
line,
friends of the
hitting
players.
guys, and to just helping players develop. So I felt extremely good getting that award. So,
And then what was it like watching your everyone get called up for their all-star honors? You guys had
Joshua
5
Lee,
all-stars from the tournament.
I'm
Like
going
a
to tell
big number
you,
there.
we got some inside info. I just heard over the
Probably should have had
speakers.
11.
Joshua Lee is
yeah,
going to
that
be
was
named
huge.
MVP.
I think everyone who got it
I
definitely
said it,
deserved it,
I mean,
and then some
he
more.
was the best player
So
on the pitch from
Hands down.
at
that
the
was
beginning.
huge. I'm glad
Just
that we had the
dangerous.
most
That right-footed strike, absolutely delicious
MVPs on our team,
to open the scoring for Durham.
And then
And it
or
really
all
set the
stars.
tempo.
I'm going to ask Aiden.
But credit, tip
Aiden,
of
what
the
was
hat
it
to
like to see
Vancouver
Josh
Island.
get named
They just
MVP?
wouldn't go away.
Oh, that was huge. I mean,
Yeah,
well
fantastic-
deserved
fantastic
throughout the
game from Vancouver.
tournament.
They shouldn't hold their heads down.
Like
in
that was
shame at
just
all.
amazing, especially because first year
After going down 3
rookie
goals, to manage to
came
claw
on
back
through the
to-
tryouts.
to,
You
a
know,
1-goal
like
game
he really
is
showed for himself. And
Down 2-0,
goals
made it
that he
2-1,
scored
down
were the
3-1,
huge ones,
fought
were the
back
ones
to
to put us
3-2,
ahead,
and
tie us
in
up,
injury
or
time,
get us the dub.
inside
Right,
the
so
6-yard box.
it was
had a couple
well
cracks at it,
deserved.
but just couldn't get it past
100%
Kevon
deserved
Grant.
it, no doubt about that.
What an effort, what a game, what a tournament.
Exactly.
Josh, how was it walking up and getting that medal around your neck?
It was definitely, a moment to remember. Finally getting that gold that we were fighting for. That whole tournament was definitely refreshing to have that around your neck and to see everyone see everyone else be kind of jealous in that fact. That we weren't ranked, like we weren't up there in the rankings, and for us to come out with the victory was was something else. So it was a great feeling getting that medal around.
Position, and just what a
And then
great
I don't
team,
know
great
if you
team.
guys
Definitely.
saw
So we'll stay
the
on for the trophy presentation
banners
here.
and stuff, and we put up in G-Wing close to the basketball gym and everything. If you guys saw the walls, we have all the photos
I can
and kind of
toss out all my
history stuff
notes
put
that I
up there
spent a
now.
week making.
You guys are making more work for me because in the next year or two, I'm gonna have to put your guys' photo up there.
Chance to be prepared as I like.
Are you guys looking forward to
because,
coming back
each
and
team's
seeing
got
your national
20+
championship team on the
players,
walls of Durham when you guys come
and
back?
when
Oh
I
yeah,
finally
for
got
sure.
word that, I was gonna do it, it was still
Personally,
refreshing week
I used to
away
walk.
from being able to
I used to have
time-wise
class in
between the
that
jobs to
area
be able to
where all
prepare
the
enough notes on every
trophy
player,
and
a little bit more in
accolades are.
depth. So what I
So
tried to do,
I'd
focus on,
actually take
each
a look
team
at all
obviously
those
they've
and
got,
see all the
conference all-stars that I'm gonna be
all the
talking about,
accolades that we
guys,
have
who's got the
at
goals,
Durham, and
they're gonna
now
get
that we
called at
can
some point.
add
So
this to the
a
collection
little bit of info of
is
those guys, and
really nice.
that's that.
Definitely. Yep.
Is there any Photoshop I need to do to that banner photo?
I'm kind of jealous of those championship.
No, not for me.
I've always enjoyed
I thought it was perfect how it was.
Get all the merchandise, all get everything. Think twice about it.
Yeah, I don't think I recall seeing
Even
that picture, so
black and white
I can't
shot of the
speak
Kawhi
on that
shot.
right now. But
Got that in my bedroom.
send me an email, Jordan. I'll let you know.
It'll be in the yearbook. That'll be your guys' first
First
view of it.
He's in
Oh,
that
nice.
shots. He's a season ticket holder.
That's
of
all right.
and you can see
All
The
right.
greatest,
All right.
the greatest
he's
year
about
in
3 or
Durham
4
Lord's
rows
history
back.
this year.
Has to be.
He's
The winning was contagious.
He's
The
in
winning-
that famous Kawhi shot.
That's
Oh
it.
yeah.
I was actually
Jordan, I
happy
got a
to-
question for
I
you.
got managed to see the Kawhi
Shoot.
shot from a completely different angle to what.
Did you think we were going to win the finals
TV
going
shot.
into it?
And when I
Once I
it
saw how you guys
I
played in the
knew it was
first
going
game, I knew you
immediately.
guys had a shot.
But then when I saw the replay of it, like on
Being all the
TV, it
teams,
looked like an
like,
entirely different
obviously
shot,
I was
and
rooting
thought,
for you
there's no
guys.
way that's going in.
Bias. I was also
Kawhi
rooting for
playing the
Champlain
Raptors, I believe, this week coming
because those
up.
guys
So,
seemed really fun. They seemed really
Yeah.
excited about even just being there. Obviously, knocking off the #1 team, it's a great story. As a communicator, those are the kind of things I look at. But then you guys had a great story too. Like, I can honestly say to you, after the last rankings came out at the end of the regular season, and I saw, what did it end up being, like 5 West teams ranked and only 1 East team ranked, and not you guys. I reached out to the CCAA to ask what's going on here. This makes no sense. Why is UTM and Seneca ranked when you guys had beat Seneca? You guys had beat UTM in the preseason. They hadn't really done anything. They didn't beat anybody.
Thank you for the rideage and the representation. That's huge.
Obviously, after the OCAA quarterfinal game, you questioned things, but then after that first game, you guys looked like you were ready to compete.
Oh yeah.
I'm always jealous of those guys that can toggle back and forth, English and French. You know, like the Montreal Canadian announcer, like this guy is like.
Yeah,
say
that
in
was
English
a
and then-
tough,
Yeah.
tough loss
Come
to
right
take.
back
But
to
you
it.
know, it gave us what extra week off. You know, to practice and get better at every. You know, other things.
I believe so.
Honestly, it was the same with a few of the teams too, because men's volleyball, they lost that last regular season against Georgian. And then all of a sudden they come out and smash Mohawk in that crossover game. And you could see that they were ready to go at the championship all the way to silver and their own berth to the nationals.
It is now Heffel.
Baseball lost their first game at the national championship in the round robin play. And then they just went on a run, which once they beat Humber, they looked unstoppable.
That's right, yeah.
It was, like you guys said, the winning at Durham this year was contagious.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, Charles, if you're still on, I think we'll wrap it up. I want to thank the 3 of you guys for jumping on and providing your director's commentary through all of this. It was a lot of fun, especially to watch this back. See some of the good things, see some of the bad things.
No problem, for sure. For sure, it is very good to watch over your games. You know, to see what you can improve on. You know what things you can tweak, things that you can try and
It's been a fun week just being able to.
things you
call
can
some
try
soccer.
and just perform. Just focus on how you're getting.
I think I'm all socked out though after.
How you doing out there and
11
whatnot.
hours.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
I'm hoping to catch a little bit of that.
Pleasure being able to do
LSU-Alabama
this.
game in the
I
fourth
appreciate
quarter.
the opportunity that was given.
If not,
And
some hockey and
any
football
luck?
on tonight.
We'll be doing this again next year, boys. How about that one?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much, Jordan and Charles. This is, a great idea. Very nice to get, a look back on things. Like I said, I think this is a great idea, especially with, the times we're in right now. It's nice to get, a lot of the guys on the call to relive the moment. So I think it was a great idea putting this together. So thank you very much.
Not a problem. It's our pleasure hosting it. There's lots of good things coming up for DCSI Digital. I can't remember the schedule right now, but keep an eye on us.
Next week for us will be our last DCSI replay for athletics. We have our baseball national championship. So if you guys want to tune in and see that, it'll be a little bit longer because baseball takes so long. But I got to say, I enjoyed the 90 minutes of soccer.
For sure.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Quite frankly, I need some baseball in my life.
There you go.
We all do, don't we?
Nick, do you want us to leave maybe a headset on?
Okay, have a good one, guys. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much.
Take care.